Greetings.
This is the 3 List.
Oh, baby, we are back.
And then maybe someone else.
Billy.
Knowing what I should do. I find I can't stay away from it.
Oh.
Can't stay away.
Oh, we got a banger going here again.
No, I can't stay away.
Big shout out to Danny Shoe Game MD Order. Thank you, brother. Thank you. But boy, we are back. Top of the morning to everybody tuning in. Episode 49 of the 3 List. Billy, I can't believable. Another episode and another one here where we are joined and graced by the presence of another goat here. Bill, how you feeling?
Doing good. We're just cranking these suckers out. This is like the 3rd episode in like a 14-day span.
Yep. It has been.
Just flying episodes out.
It has been. Season 3 of the 3 List, and this is episode 49, which, of course,
good
we're
luck with
gonna
all
get
this,
into
everybody.
it,
Good luck with all
because
this.
this is episode 49 of the 3 List. Billy, we got a lot of good ones here for 49. Because this is the Chris Sale episode of the 3 List.
Sure.
The Felix Heredia episode of the 3 List. The Carlos Marmol episode of the 3 List. The Jake Arrieta episode of the 3 List. Oh, did someone say Warren Cromartie? It's the Warren Cromartie episode of the 3 List.
Call me, homie.
A little Giovanni Gallardo. The Ron Guidry episode of the 3 List. Armando Benitez. Tim Wakefield. Shout out to your Marlins, Charlie Huff.
Nice.
The Charlie Huff episode of the 3 List.
Fantastic. Is my mic on? There I am. Hello.
Felipe Alou. And it's the Jamie Moyer episode.
Jamie Moyer episode, just throwing junk balls up at you can't hit anything.
The Charlie Babb episode. The William Judson episode. The Maurice Crum episode.
This is going to be so much easier next episode.
The Bob Welborn episode. Which drives convertible NASCAR. Fun fact.
Oh, who is the NASCAR number 49 right now? Please hold.
This is the R.I.P. Carl Weathers episode of the 3 List. And from your Miami Heat, the Shannon Anderson episode of the 3 List, deep cuts only.
Wow.
But,
wow.
Oh my goodness, in the stew, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest to ever do it. This is episode 49, and we got the king of rhyme in here in the stew. You already know who it is. It is the M to the O. My motivational offering here to the rest of the world. An artiste above all the rest of the artistes. He is the ultimate problem kid in the stew. From the dream team, ladies and gentlemen, Mario Marti Obregon!
That's the greatest entrance I've ever gotten.
It's unanimous.
It's unanimous. That's a great. For me, playing basketball growing up, I didn't get some shit like that.
Marti, Marito. Oye, Marito.
Dime,
Mario
dime.
in the stew. Episode 49, your episode. The king of rhyme is in here.
King of rhyme.
Yes, please. The king of keys también is in here because
sometimes
tickling the ivory. He does
them.
it all, and like he mentioned, he played a little ball.
I did.
Which is I dressed for the guests.
You did. I saw that.
And I'm rocking this OG. Shout out to King Tetris, Greg,
Legends.
vintage King Owens. He sent me a picture of this that he found the other day, and I go, oh, just wait
Really?
until I wear this heat for the Marty episode.
Wow.
When I first met you, it was I saw you as a hooper,
Yes.
so that's where I first got it. That's why I dressed for the guest. But
Is that your old jersey or
this is my old this is my old jersey here, number 40. Shout out to Udonis Haslem and Joseph Forte.
Shout out Joe Forte. Yeah,
Huge
absolutely.
influences back then.
like
This
that.
was the early 2000s, like
Yeah.
we were mentioning.
Years. Eons
So,
ago.
brother, welcome
man. Thank you
to
for having
the
me.
show. Welcome to the Three List. Marty here with us. Mario, Marty. And in the background,
Oh,
we have
speaking of the early 2000s,
damn, you mentioned how many years?
3 years
Oy
ago.
Gavalt, the 2001 crime drama
Yeah.
Blow. We are watching Blow.
I was saying it's
We
very,
are watching Blow.
very
Clarify.
just watching to clarify.
Watching.
Just watching.
To all of our DEA fans
Watching.
out there that we're huge
Blow.
in the.
I've watched this
station house.
movie I don't know, probably over 150 to 200 times in the year 2001.
Wow. Typically we do a thing like, okay, let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Where were you in 2001? You were watching this movie currently when it first came out.
Yeah, I don't
This
know.
was like high school
Yeah,
time.
high school. Yeah, I was sophomore,
And
junior, sophomore.
Jeez, right now we're
Tuna,
watching
the tuna.
Johnny Depp on screen with
Ethan
we're,
Suplee.
we're talking about Ethan Suplee and his weight loss journey.
Shout out to
yeah,
Ethan
that
Suplee,
too.
one of
Yeah.
the few actors in this film still alive.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of
Rest in peace, Paul Rubens.
RIPs.
Rest in peace, Paul
Ooh.
Rubens, Pee Wee Herman.
Paul
Rest in
Rubens.
peace.
Herman,
Rest in peace, Ray Liotta, legend Ray Liotta.
Derek for real.
Oh,
And rest in peace, Bobcat Goldthwait is also passed away.
wait.
I don't know who that is.
No. He's alive.
No, Bobcat's very dead.
What?
Who is that?
Did I just kill Bobcat
You-
Goldthwait?
I think you killed
Goldthwait?
Bobcat, dude. Hold
Who is
on.
that in
I don't
this
think so.
movie?
You look that up while I look up the other guy in this movie who's dead.
Welcome to the show. Bobcat.
There's no way Bobcat Goldthwait is still alive.
Bobcat Goldthwait is
yes,
an
he is.
American
Son of a
comedian,
bitch.
actor, director, and
Son
screenwriter.
of a bitch. Ted Demme.
61 years old.
Ted Demme is also in
61
this
years young and looking fruitful, might I add.
Looks better than he did when
great.
he was younger.
Looks great.
Bobcat was in. Did you ever see Let It Ride about the horse racing?
No.
I think that was the only movie he was ever in. But he's also
Police Academy.
Police Academy.
Okay.
He's in Bachelor Party with Tom Hanks.
But who is he in this movie?
Extremely 80s. That's a good question. I just saw his name in the cast list. Hang on.
It'd be great if he wasn't even in this movie. You just
love that.
confused him. for some-
Ironically, he's named Mr. T in this film. Which
Wow.
is not exactly Mr. T.
Mr. T.
It wasn't an homage.
I guess we'll have to wait till he comes up on here because I don't remember where he's at.
Ethan Suplee was in all of Kevin Smith's movies,
Ah.
and then he became like a legit actor. He was in Butterfly Effect with
Yeah, he
yes.
was.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yep.
And
He freaks out and
remember the Titans.
he freaks out in Mallrats because he can't see the magic eye. He stares at it for like the entire movie, and then at the end, some little kid runs by and goes, "It's a sailboat." He goes, "You little bastard."
Speaking of also 20 plus years old, we are sipping here some Shirley Temples.
Yeah.
Delicious.
So I haven't had one of these since probably the quinces
Yeah.
days.
Back in the day.
So yeah, at least 20 years. So shout out to Shirley Temples. Shout out to Shirley Temple named after her.
Herself. Yeah.
Shout out to the sponsors here, not our sponsors.
Sponsors.
Bud Light Lime, of course. Bud Light Lime.
Nice. Who's sipping that?
That's me.
Mr. Bill
That's
right
you.
here.
That's a
Okay, Bud Light
tradition.
Lime.
That's a
Tradition.
here on the show.
The
Okay.
taste of the stew and Las Vegas pool
Tastes
parties.
like pool parties. That's right.
Love that.
And sipping here a little Sierra Nevada Hazy IPA. As always,
Yeah.
my favorite beer here on the show. You got a little Casamigos.
I do.
Casamigos with a little Canada Dry there.
Love that.
So shout out to Steph. Shout out to Canada. The notorious SMP. Steph, our executive producer here on the Three List.
Love that. Great job. She's doing a great job with it.
Yo,
She keeps us. She
She's
keeps us
fucking
li-
crushing.
She keeps us laced over here.
Yeah, I see that.
you heard that, baby? We love you here. We love you. The people love you here. I love you. We all love you. So yeah, going back to this, 2001. This is high school for you. This is I'm in middle school. Bill, where you at? 01.
I am early 01. I am in Gainesville, Florida.
Okay.
Finishing up living there, not doing any schooling or anything there, but I'm finishing up living there. I moved home in May. And
Of 01.
May of 01, yeah. And I start working hustling concessions at the Pompano Harness Track.
What?
Yeah, and at Marklight Stadium and at Cypress Park and
You had
Mullins Park.
mentioned this.
So I worked for
You used to make the shakes.
Acme Concessions. Shout out Goody, my buddy Eddie Friedman. His dad ran a concession company for a lot of years, and I needed work, and so I worked nights. Just about every night I was at a different spot. So it was Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. I was at Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I was at the track. I was selling Little League baseball concessions at Mullins Park and Cypress Park in Coral Springs. Occasionally at Marklight Stadium if he needed help over there, making the milkshakes, making the famous Marklight shakes.
Yo, shout out.
I did that for about 4 years before I got full-time gig. So yeah, it was good times.
Sounds
You're
like
right out of college, not paying any bills.
yeah.
It's pretty fucking good.
Hell yeah. Damn, those milkshakes. I'm gonna say that's my favorite drink next time.
Yeah.
Next time I come here, now you guys are fucking. I know you guys roll here.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, I can get we got to get a mixer.
Yeah,
I can
get the ingredients. I can get all the secrets. I got them all.
The rider's gonna be thick next time.
Bro, I made like an old fashioned for people. I made Shirley Temples tonight. If he can whip up the OG Marklight
I'm here every
I got
every
the
episode.
I got the one of his. I got the number 3. I got as many as you need.
Bro. No,
love that.
I think we just need 3 here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just 3. 3 on the 3 list. So Miami, let's go to that.
2001, Columbus.
Well, let's go from the get because you caught up with Bill off the pod here.
The pod before the pod.
Before the pod.
Yeah, we did.
And you found out he's born in New York, moved down here.
BX all day, son. Should have worn my Tims today, son.
I'm surprised you're not wearing them.
my Tims today,
but you got the freshies. You got the freshies on.
Yo, shout out to the Nike outlet at Dania Point. $30 for these Jason kids, these 95J kids right here.
Those shits are hard.
Gas down
Those shits are hard.
It is.
Marty,
gangbang red, but whatever. Not that kind of gangbang, like the shooting kind.
Yeah.
Not the 3-way kind with Timberlake and Sandberg and Lady Gaga.
So Bill is BX, then came down here. I was born in Hialeah Hospital. I am a 305 guy though. You were born.
I was born in South Miami Hospital. I am a 305 guy through and through. I didn't leave for college. I was here.
Nada.
Born and raised, bro. I haven't left this place.
Ain't new to this. He's true to this. What the hell? Everybody else who left, he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
But still good in any hood also.
Lead
Any hood.
everywhere. Respected. Well respected everywhere I go. At least I hope.
As long as it's in the 305.
Yeah, exactly.
Any part.
And the Bronx now.
You're
Yeah.
but only in Edgewater. I can't help you anywhere else.
Mention Mr. Bill 11
not
in Edgewater.
not
Only
Edgewater here, and Dade County is in Edgewater up in the Bronx. You can go there.
All right. That works. Whatever. Anywhere.
So South Miami area the whole time?
I was born on Miller and 110th Avenue. That was my first house where I lived till I was about 13. Then I moved by like the Falls area till I was about 21, and that's when I moved out of my house, and I lived in a few different spots, 57th and 9th Street for a couple years. Then Sunset and 107th. I lived there for like 15 years.
Damn.
And I moved to the
staple.
Yeah.
107th and Sunset.
Yeah, I was a
by the U,
107th
right?
guy.
That's over by the U, right? 107th and Sunset.
No, that's 107th and 8th Street. So then 64 streets south on that same avenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
But 107th Avenue, same exact avenue you're thinking. But it's on Calle 8 to Coral Way, 16th Street or whatever.
It's a big grid.
Yeah,
it is.
and it's all, which that's something I always get into with people. I prefer the numbers.
Yeah,
Me too.
yeah. Only because I was raised in Broward, do I?
Of course.
Instead of just
names,
memorizing
yeah.
every single name. You go to the
You
Gables
you
and
can't.
it's all
You have
these
to use
flowers
Google
and
Maps.
birds
You
and
don't know
whatever.
anything.
Make a right on Andalusia, make a left on Paloma, make a U-turn on Quejeto. Like, what is happening? No.
Yeah,
That's all of Broward. We're all, and then if you go into certain cities, the names change. Like in Coral Springs, they were real up our own ass. So like Rock Island Road turns into Copans Road, and fucking Pine Island Road turns into fucking Coral Springs Drive. It's fucking.
Well, nothing's worse than Hialeah, where every street sign has 8 different addresses on the same sign. This is East 4th Street.
Oh yeah,
West
that
139th Avenue,
Yes.
Southwest 104th Street, Northwest 17th Avenue. Hi, welcome. Make a right and you're on Okeechobee.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, well, where am I?
Godspeed. Good luck.
Thank God for Google Maps. I don't know how we used to do it back in the day.
MapQuest. Printing out MapQuest.
I used to just get lost.
Yeah. Fuck it.
I used to know how to get everywhere from my house. So if I was somewhere, I would drive back to my house and then drive and then go from there.
That's great.
Because I don't know how the roads linked up. And this is in Coral Springs where I fucking grew up. Where I knew when I first started driving, I didn't know how to fucking get anywhere. I used to have to drive myself in circles.
Oh, no.
Terrible. I'm so bad with directions. Thank God for GPS.
For real.
And different ones too. Even though shout out to Randy Garcia, not Andy, Randy Garcia.
How is Andy Garcia not in this movie? I guess it's
He,
about Cali and not Miami.
Yeah.
He was talking about a joke saying like Waze will send you through the worst of ways just to save you like 45 seconds
I
to
agree.
like 3 minutes tops.
I don't use Waze at all. I'm not a Waze guy. I'm a fucking whatever Apple, whatever it comes with.
You Apple.
Yeah, Google Maps, the thing. I don't know, whatever it is.
No,
the phone
that's
figures
another
it
thing.
out.
See, Apple Maps, Google Maps.
Oof.
Vite.
Yeah, I
It's a
gotta check.
different
I gotta
thing,
check where I'm at. I'm
All
on
right. So you were on 107th and Sunset.
107th and Sunset, and then COVID, I moved to the beach, and I've been
Okay.
there since 2020, May of 2020.
South, mid, north,
I am on North Beach.
70s.
65th. I lived on 65th in Collins for 2 years. I just moved to 67th in Indian Creek, and I've been there since August of last year, of 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it up there.
I love mid to North Beach.
Yeah,
Working a lot of time at the Fountain Blue,
yeah.
44th and up.
Exactly.
Anything that's by that fire station.
Okay.
So that's like 50.
Yeah, 50th.
something.
50s, yeah.
One of my neighbors has a beach apartment in the first building next to that fire station.
Okay.
Where the parking lot is for the beach and stuff. And that's where I would stay when I'd have to work like 6
Late
days in a
nights.
row and stuff during like Winter Music Conference, Miami Music Week, New Year's, Art Basel. Billy knows.
You would
Billy
stay
was
there.
most of the night.
Sounds fun. I don't know.
That scene. That's scene.
Oh shit! I just sent you that picture the other day. Your first night at Live.
Yes. Holy hell.
With Dale and shout out Dale
Yeah.
and Doug. It was
Yeah.
2011 or 12.
How in the
or
hell did
something.
you guys talk me into that? What was going on that night that I was there? It was just nothing going on. I think that's why I came. They were like, "It's nothing going on. You can come in and
Yeah,
get the lay of the
it'll be
land."
a light night. Light night.
Yeah. I was
No.
like, we at a table or something? I was like, no, Gen Pop. I'm like, what?
Wake up in the sand at 8 a.m. Like, what the fuck happened?
I pretty much
No.
wanted to leave as soon as I got in there.
Yeah.
Just bad at clubs, man. I'm not good.
I hear you.
Not good at clubs.
You're a
Just
trooper,
just
though. You're a
post up.
trooper.
I hung out with
You're a trooper.
oh, forgive me, your girl who was the bartender forever over in the sidebar there. Allison.
Allison.
Yeah.
Shout out to Allison. They're having their second
Yes, I
second
saw
kid
that on
now.
the
So
Instagram. Yeah,
shout out to the fam. More life, more life, more
Shout
life.
out Allison. I don't know you, but congrats.
Yeah, she took care of me. She knew I was Coach
looks
Junior.
out.
While
She looks
Dale
out
and
for
Doug
everyone.
went hunting.
She looks out for her. And JP's the other one we always got to shout out. JP Pizzle. And JP Taravella. I always think of that.
Shout
Your
out.
high school.
We just did a bunch of shout outs. I had shout out my boy Mike. He listens just about every episode, but he says you could cut down a third of every episode of the Thrillers if you just eliminated the shout outs.
I know.
If you edited out every shout out, it would kill nearly a third of
that's
each
Yo, you know
episode.
what? Shout out to Mike for that.
Yeah, Mike.
Yo,
We love you, brother. We love you,
shout
man.
out
We
to
miss
you
you.
for that.
We love you and we miss you.
He's a shaper of young
Said they
minds.
get
that
it, Mike. Oh yeah, we miss you here, people.
Listens to every episode though, beginning to end. He'll text me shit about episodes that I don't even remember. I'm just like, oh yeah, that's right, we did that.
Yeah, we shouted him out.
It's all a blur. We get lost in it. I mentioned Dio. We're here with Emo, and last episode he mentioned he grew up in the Falls. Did you know Danny?
No, I didn't. I met Danny.
Before?
I met Danny in high school, I think. Or
Okay.
maybe even, yeah, he was a little younger. He's like 2 years.
Yeah, he's my year.
You're 05?
06.
Oh, you're 06. Okay, he's 06.
You're 03.
I'm 03, yeah. So I think I met him in high school, but maybe in early college. I don't know. But he was friends with Alex Halley and all these guys. So like I knew him through there, and yeah, we actually did some music with him too. I don't know if he talked about that.
Yeah, because we introed the pod with another one of your tracks for his episode, and as soon as he heard it, oh shit, Marty, yeah.
That's my guy.
And then later we were talking about it, and I was like, the reminiscing Grand Central that he had the album release.
That's right. He posted
that
it.
you performed with him, and then shout out to Vikina. He was shouting out Vicky. Vicky had Anna Palmarola.
Anna P was there. My boy Mike Russ. My boy Mike Russ was a DJ back then. He's the one that films all my videos now, but back then he was DJing, and he was on that flyer too that I saw the other day.
Mike Russ, Shane,
Connor,
Red Rabbit.
Shout out to the Red Rabbit.
Shout out to the Red Rabbit crew. Santi was out there a lot.
Oh yeah,
with the Red Rabbit crew.
Yeah, Santi was part of that crew.
He knows as Santi.
Of course.
Has Santi put you down as a team captain or something at the Heat? He always looks out for everyone.
No,
Eddie Blanco's always.
Yeah, he's at every game. Eddie's at every game. He put me down for like a one of the contests one time, but I had to sit on the floor and shoot a half court shot sitting down. Like, my dog. I could shoot a little bit. You're gonna make me do this bullshit, but whatever. Obviously, you can't
also,
pick.
It was a trick shot.
It was a trick shot. Yeah, sitting down, it's very tough. Yeah. Very tough.
And you need a great core for that.
Yeah, I don't have a great core. I've had love handles. I've had love handles since I was 2 years old, and they still haven't gone away. Those fucking things.
No matter how many twists you do, with
it doesn't matter. I do the things on the side with the dumbbells,
holding a
and I just pull my back, and then I can't work out for a month, and then they just grow again, and then it's a revolving door. Oh, what do we got?
Oh, breaking news from Al Portal.
Give me a good
Talk to him, Bill.
Where was my music? God damn it. Coming at you. It's 97 to Thrillist. You're in the middle of a hot and cold and freezing Panthers playoff run. It's game one. The Florida Panthers are taking on the hated Boston Bruins from the worst city in America, Boston. I said it. I've never been there, but I see a lot of movies and you people seem awful. Either way, as a repentance for your sins of the Seas blowing the Heat out in 5, now you get to deal with the Panthers, the actual good team in town. And we've got our first update. Midway through the second period, Matthew Tkachuk, a wrist shot assisted by Alexander Barkov. That cashes a bet for Mr. Bale. Alexander Barkov on the assist. The Panthers lead Boston 1-0 midway through the second period. Hopefully there's many more updates to come as the Panthers pour it on and take a 1-0 lead in the Eastern Conference semifinals. This has been your 97.3, the Three-List Sports Update. Drive yourself home. Put the windows down. Put on that new Taylor Swift. It's lovely. Back to you, Junior.
All right, Mr. Bill. Thank you for that. And the people love you for it, too.
The people.
All right.
Return the show to the people.
And that was your 97.3 Three-List Sports Update.
8 minutes ago in the second period, Panthers 1, Bruins 0.
But hold on a second. We talked for half an hour before the show. You had a bet and you didn't even fucking let me in on it. You
shout out to Hard Rock Bet. I had a parlay.
Well, we got
Matthew Tkachuk and Alexander Barkov to each get a point. And on that goal,
or a betting podcast.
We're neither a sports nor a betting podcast. But on that goal, I got both. I got both 8 points from both of those guys. So that cashes out. Now we need goals from Sam Righthand and Brandon Montour. That'd be a great night.
I love it. Congrats. That's a good little bet right there.
All right, back to your Columbus stuff. Go ahead. You guys can talk about Columbus.
Well, yeah, you were mentioning you played a little ball, and I'm wearing this.
Played a little ball.
And when I met you, you were quite the hooper. I got to give you your flowers across the board. I'll give them to you right now.
Appreciate it.
With how I met you. I met you as a basketball player.
Yes.
I met you being real cool with Mikey Alvarez because that was kind of my inner link to Columbus and older crowd. Jason Hill was also a neighbor of my families and stuff. So
I didn't know that.
I saw him growing up.
Jay Hill, my guy.
And then
sorry, my bet literally just cashed while we were looking at that. I was watching it. I was watching my betting app and it gave me the money.
Again, you didn't tell me about it. Whatever. We'll split that if anything.
I made a face. It's fine. It's fine.
We'll split that 3 ways.
Follow me 1-900 Bills Tips for all your betting needs. 1-900 Bills Tips. Guaranteed 60% profit margin on NFL.
You need your own show from a tiny closet library. Just
dressed with an ill-fitting suit, looking like Jeremy Piven and fucking in Two for the Money.
I
hope this is good news.
a quick and short one. Talk to him, Bill.
Oh no! Just like that, the Bruins tie it up. Somebody named Morgan Gecky. He's third of the playoffs. A backhanded assist from somebody I don't know. It's 1-1 with about 6 minutes to go in the second period. A short-lived lead for your Florida Panthers. As you hear this in 2 weeks, and the Panthers are probably already in the Eastern Conference Finals. Whatever. That has been your 97 Thrillist sad sports report. I don't get any money for Bruins goals. That sucks. But hopefully that drive down that you're making is a little better the rest of the way. I'm going to turn the sound off on this because there's probably about to be a lot of goals. So we're going to get to the final. I'll give you a final in a little bit. Please go back to talking about Columbus. This has been your 97.3 sports report as I spit all over my microphone. Back to you, Junior.
All right. Thanks so much for that. And yeah, we're back in high school there and we were talking about that. But, you know,
I really got to thank, you know, the older homies for looking out when I'm coming in here. But you were always such a fucking kind guy. Mickey Blue Eyes over here. I said, ¿Qué clase postalita? This guy's
this guy's a come mierda.
Zach Morris over here or something. You know,
I had great hair back then.
Ever. Oh,
had great hair.
Tremendo head of hair.
What I mean,
short-lived
like the Panthers lead.
Did you have cornrows?
I've been doing that all season, blowing leads real fast.
Cornrows and braids? No, I did not.
I came into Columbus with cornrows.
Yeah, so I believe it. I believe it.
That's what I was asking. And again, I had a great head of
hair.
Yeah,
we're done. We're done, brother.
It's over. Come on,
I love it though.
I'm coming home.
But brother, you were always one of the nicest, kindest, like just
thank you.
Super
I try to
buena gente to the fullest. I always mention buena gente. And I knew back then that you were a little músico, poeta y loco, even though I met you first hooping.
Yeah.
And the best way that I could describe his game, Bill, okay, until you see it live for yourself. You see this guy, you know, hooping, whatever. All you're hearing is do, 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 from Space Jam.
real smooth.
Fly like you know, he just has like this like finesse to it. And then when he squares up, incredible form.
Yeah,
incredible form. Like
get the arm high.
Marlon Wong.
Side, I'm a little side.
Get the arm
I got a little
high
side thing going, but it works. I don't know.
Marlon Wong and JJ Redick are three of the greatest that I've seen in the flesh. J Kidd, not that good of a shooter.
Asen Kid, because he had no J.
Wow, like that, Asen Kid.
Oh, the people love it.
I like that.
Oh, wear those shoes to the improv next time and make that joke again.
That joke off.
So yeah, I had to big up yourself there and give you some props. And in case anyone is not sure about it, to come check you out at Courtside because you've been putting up numbers there.
Yeah.
And shout out to Justin J-Rock Echevarria.
I see J-Rock out there every once in a while.
Because he always mentions, too, he's like, yo, you know who's out there? Marty. And you know who's out there killing it? Marty. Same guy.
That's my guy. That's my guy, too.
Shout out to the fam. How long have you been playing there? And then go back to how long you've been playing in general.
At Courtside, when it first started. I'm friends with Fui and Brian and all those guys. Yeah.
Brian
Besu and all those guys that put it together. So when they first started, we got a team together and we've been playing since then. I mean, it's kind of all over the place because they don't have a set schedule. Usually we used to play back in the day. It was like, all right, we played Tuesdays. It was games at 6, 7, or 8. It's fine, cool. This shit's could be today. We had a game Monday, 8:45. I'm missing the game. Good luck to my boys. Hope they're winning.
Damn.
Yeah, I missed it for this. All right, so
damn, we're all missing stuff tonight. I'm missing a Panther game for this. I'm missing game one.
Well, thanks for showing up for my thing tonight.
Exactly.
This episode.
All right.
Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Just saying, we've done like 3 in the last 2 weeks. We had plenty in the can. We could have rescheduled.
So yeah, the schedules are a little all over the place for me, especially with like the music and stuff that I do, and I work during the day, so it's kind of like tough to do late games. But I still love playing, and it's a smaller court, so it's not as I don't get as tired and shit, you know. But yeah, I've been playing there since it started, and basketball I've been playing since I was a little kid. I was really bad growing up. When I first started in Miami, I was like the last pick guy in all sports. Baseball, I was in the outfield at T-ball. So if you're in the outfield at T-ball, you know you're bad.
Nobody's pulling shots to their right field.
Yeah, it's like, oh, stop playing with the put the fucking dirt. I'm like, all right. Basketball, I can only dribble with one hand the whole nine. I just practice.
Like Jaylen Brown.
Like Jaylen Brown, but
You only have one arm.
yeah, he does only have one arm.
Guy might as well play with his left arm in a sling.
He's pretty good with that left arm.
Yeah, whatever. He's getting carried by Porzingis and White.
Yeah,
he's a bum.
I hope they lose. I hope they lose a Pacers series.
I don't think they will, but I think the Knicks are going to give them trouble.
Yeah.
I will say this about your pickup runs and everything. What are you, like 39?
Yep.
I would say play until you can't anymore, because you miss it when you can't anymore.
For
I
sure,
had a
for
Saturday
sure.
morning run that went for about, I want to say no bullshit, like 20 years, pretty much from 01 to
Wow.
when we all stopped playing. But then everybody started getting married and shit and having kids, and a couple injuries happen, and everyone starts getting a little freaked out.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
I haven't had a full run in God knows how long.
Oh, I love it. I don't like running. I'm not like a runner. I don't like wake up and like
Right.
go for a 10-mile run like some of my friends.
No,
I'm like,
no.
Fuck that. So that's like my cardio. So I
Yeah.
like playing. It's just, I don't know, with a lot of shit going. Like you say, I'm not even married or anything. I don't have kids yet, but I still have a lot of shit going on. It's just sometimes I can't play.
The problem is when your doctor's giving you shit and you're like, he's like, you doing any exercise? I'm like, I play basketball every single week, so I get my cardio and I'm good. And then the basketball stops, and they're like, are you getting any cardio in? I'm like, no.
Nothing.
I walk from the refrigerator to the couch while I'm watching other young prime athletes do their thing. And
Exactly.
talk about how I could have caught that covered in Cheeto dust. Just fucking Chester's Cheetos hot fries all over my fingers. I was like,
Love those.
Puka Nakua. I mean, I'm fucking big as he's 5'9". I gotta call it that, but it's more Stafford. It's more Stafford.
It's more Stafford in the scheme. There's more scheme. It's more scheme.
His hands touched the ball. He should have had it.
Yeah.
Well, your hands are just again
Covered in Cheeto
shit.
dust. Just covered in Cheeto dust.
Covered in cinnamon toast crunch.
Right,
fucking
exactly,
Sugar, like my
exactly.
hands are right now.
Look
I've
at
been
this
wiping.
Muerto, man.
Fucking, you believe this fucking guy? $8 million a year to do that. Unbelievable.
Insane.
I could have made it.
In-
Politics, Junior.
Politics.
It wasn't politics. I would have made it.
Politics.
Yeah.
All of us would have been in
Yeah,
whatever
no,
league.
for sure.
Everyone,
for sure.
yeah.
If not for
NBA,
politics.
Major League, NFL, politics.
Yeah, politics.
Politics.
Private school politics, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gotta
worst.
love it.
Somehow worked against you. You're the only person that private school
Only
politics
ever.
has worked against.
Only person ever in Columbus history.
I was gonna say, of everybody in Columbus and Dade County, you're the only one it worked against.
I had fun. My teammates were cool. My coaches were kind of some dicks, and
It's politics.
It is what it is. Politics.
When you got to
That's why Pitbull calls it politics.
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 Shout out Josh Goshen. The
Shout out
Goshen. The Goshen.
Oh, another third of the episode gone.
You did all 4 years at Columbus.
I did all 4 years at Columbus. I broke my arm freshman year, so I didn't play ball. But I went to public school before that. A lot of my friends went to Gables and Reef, and I don't know what happened through that time. My parents got private school happy, and I went there with two of my best friends, but still, I didn't really know that many people.
That's
I mean,
the
I-
other thing I was going to ask you.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
knew-
go in with anyone?
Yeah, I went in with my boy Jay and Omar.
Shout out
Yeah.
Omar, Jay.
Yeah, Omar and Jay. I went with them to school from Sunset Elementary from second grade we went to Carver for middle school, and then we went to Columbus together. So it was fine that I went with them, but I really didn't know anybody. I had known Mikey from Miami basketball. I had met him freshman year, actually. That's when I met Mikey. He was in 8th grade. I was in 9th grade. We were on the same team at Miami basketball. And then, I knew a couple people from, basketball camps back in the day and shit like that. And a few guys from Carver that came with us. But I didn't really know anybody when I got to Columbus, and it's very, that private school is very cliquey at some.
Oh, brother.
You know how it is. But it was
Maybe-
cool. I hated freshman year.
Maybe that's why you looked out for me. I was a public school kid. too.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been.
Your vibe attracts your tribe. Right,
Yeah,
bro?
it's very true.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I broke my arm freshman year, and I hated Columbus. They would call me down to the counselor's office every week. And he's like, "Yo, your parents tell me you hate this school." I was like, "Yeah, I want to leave. I want to go to Gables." A lot of our friends were over there, and I wasn't playing ball, so I was like, "Fuck." And then summer going into sophomore year, I think I went to Columbus summer camp, and Coach Rodriguez called me. He's like, "Yo, play with us with the summer team," and I played with them, and then that's when I stuck with them and started playing ball there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sophomore year is where you made the jump to
Where it took off.
JV Rodriguez and started taking off.
Yeah, so my basketball career.
Like,
You don't have
Jordan-
a rocket.
Jordan
you don't
gets
have a
cut.
rocket ship. A rocket ship.
You don't
at
have
the
a
top.
rocket ship. That's where.
like when Jordan had to get cut.
Exactly.
Right,
The
exactly.
story happens.
Pretty much
That's-
very similar. Very similar.
So Jay obviously is baseball and everything, but he grew up playing basketball as well with you. Or?
He played a little basketball,
hooped a
but no,
little
he was playing basketball since when we were young.
And Omar as well.
Omar
Was
wasn't really
hooping too, or no?
he was hooping more than anything, but Omar wasn't really into sports. Omar was into cars, and he's a
yeah.
huge car guy now. And Jay back then was in baseball. Like even when we would go to parties as kids in middle school, me and Omar would like pick him up at baseball games. He'd jump in the car, shower with like deodorant, and straight from the game, and we go straight to the party. He was always fucking baseball out. And even in Columbus, he was working out in the morning. I was like, what the fuck are you doing working out in the morning?
His own 2-a-days, 3-a-days, whatever it is. Yeah.
Before school, they'd work out with him and Pete and all these guys. Work out, go to school, then practice in the afternoon, and then those guys were baseball crazy. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And you made it to.
It paid off.
Yeah, I guess that's what I had to do too.
Shout out to the fam.
For sure.
Which that's another thing that I always really appreciated about you too. Like you've always been with the same crew, always. And if you're adding anyone to it, then that's all you're doing. You're just adding them to it, and then they're a part and along for the ride and the journey.
Exactly.
That's what we preach here a lot.
I see that.
Our show about our friends, with our friends.
Love
About it for our friends, by our friends, about us, for
Boo-foo.
wait.
Fubu.
Fubu.
For us, by us, for us.
Yeah, I used to ride Fubu.
He was mentioning the big FB. What was it? A yellow one?
It was a red
red one?
FB hoodie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the OG, the original, like the one that LL wore in the commercials and shit.
I had a baby blue hat. I remember that.
I had the baby blue sweatsuit with the crew neck. It's fucking.
You're red. You like red.
Which I had no idea. I had no idea. I was so into hooping, but
It gravitates towards it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Listen, man, I wish I didn't grow up into life, but you know how I got it out. Me and the homies. Shit. No wonder I like Mobb Deep so much.
Yeah, I do too.
It was like a fucking picture book into my life.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
It was kind of.
I remember the first time I heard their
narrating,
first,
right?
The first time I heard their first
Speaking
record,
of
I was
familiar.
like, these guys are doing this. I don't know if Jay-Z's actually doing that stuff, but I'm pretty sure these two guys are doing this stuff. Turns out Jay-Z was doing that shit, and Mobb Deep wasn't.
Yeah,
but it's all about the presentation.
Exactly.
What this is a perfect segue right there, because the game is calling for it.
Yes.
What was like that moment in music or whatever that just like completely captivated you?
Well, I had older well, in the first house I lived in, I didn't have any older brothers and sisters. I was until my sister came later on in life. So my front door neighbor was a little older. He actually went to Columbus too. He was like maybe like 7 or 8 years older than me, and he was into music big time, and I was always over their house. So he always had like the NWA tapes, and
oh man,
yeah, like when that shit started, you know. And me being a little kid, I don't even know what these people are saying, but it just, the sounds just fucking captivated me, man. And since from that day, hip hop was just for me like just a special ass thing. And my dad was very into music growing up, so we always had music playing in the house. He played a lot of instruments. He played piano. He played guitar. He actually played accordion, which yeah, I know. And we always try him for it, but it's a fucking cool ass little instrument to play. I don't know. I don't really know anybody that plays accordion except for my dad.
No.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luica. He's Colombian, and they play a lot of it in vallenato.
Really?
But I mean, it's not your average sound or whatever, your average instrument either. And my dad's godmother, always growing up, was like telling me she was gonna buy me an accordion.
Really?
It's the most random thing in the world.
That is random.
She never got me one. All I got,
and you never got over it.
Never.
That's why an accordion talk is a trigger.
It was just
for
a little.
You.
You know, it was just.
Wow! Look at this guy.
Instead,
huh?
You know, a little lead.
You get on that thing?
Oh my god! Did Blues Traveler just show up? I don't know.
Where'd you pull that out of? What the?
That's the magic of the harmonica. You never know.
Exactly.
I'm not prepared. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah. Eat cat poop. I wasn't prepared.
It's like
let's just say I know how to blow.
It's like the
wow. I see what you did there.
I mean,
wow, that was great.
The name of the song is Piano Man, and most of the song is harmonica.
No Diddy.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. The harmonica comes out of nowhere.
The accordion, yeah, very random,
Very random. But my dad
But
played it. My dad
Shout
played
out
it.
to Pops for just multi
Yeah.
instruments because knowing how to play just one in general.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like
envious.
I feel like accordion is one you pick up after you've learned like 3 or 4 others. You're just like, oh, what else
Yeah.
can I fucking learn here?
Yeah. But he
Like nobody starts with the accordion
No, I
except
don't-
like if
yeah, I
you're in a
don't think
polka
he-
band in,
yeah, I
in
don't-
Unless
Poland or
that.
some shit.
I don't think he started. I think he started in Cuba with it, and he learned over there, and then he had teachers here in Miami for a little bit, and his teacher was like part of our family till she passed away. So I mean, he was always playing, and at parties he'd bring it out. My aunt and shit, she thought she could sing. She would sing with him. You know how that is, a drunk aunt. They're like, and they start singing. Ooh, they sing some songs I don't even know.
Their own
Yeah,
karaoke concert.
Yeah, their own versions of whatever songs they thought they could sing. And that I grew up with music. I started playing piano at a young age too. But hip hop captivated me. And when I started I would listen to it. I would like stay up at night and write the lyrics to the songs to like memorize them. Like I remember like Nas when it first came out, like it was written and all that. Like it was like If I Ruled the World is like one of my like songs growing up. It was just like, dog, what the fuck is this shit? You know? Just like growing up with that music. And I didn't even know what these people were talking about. They just like the sound captivated me for some reason. I don't know. I'm glad it did because obviously later on in life it helped me. But I was always good with lyrics. I would always pick them up real quick. And that's it. And having older cousins and older neighbors, my older cousins would show me shit too. They show me about shoes and music, and you know, all that tied together, all that hip hop culture was something that I don't know, loved. I love that shit. Still do to this day. But
For me, it seemed like, you know, when I'm a little older than you guys, so for me coming up, it was the line was drawn. You were either a basser or a metalhead. You were either into hip hop or you were into rock.
Exactly.
And it just seemed like hip hop was cooler. Maybe not necessarily NWA, which was like really gritty, and I was like, this seems terrible.
Yeah, no,
their existence seems
that's
terrible.
when I was young, but yeah.
But like then the party shit, like the hammer and all that kind of crap, that seemed like real cool. And I'm like, these rock dudes, and I later learned to appreciate rock. As you get older, you learn to appreciate a little bit of everything, but it's just like the hip hop just seemed cooler.
For sure.
Like these guys seem like dudes. These guys are cool. I don't want to be drinking, you know.
Yeah, and they dress cooler.
Yeah, everything's cool.
The Rock was like very like dark and shit. I was like,
I don't want to hang out with the guys from Metallica. Look at those guys.
Exactly.
They look like a good time.
Exactly.
Come to find out, they were having a really good time, but you know, they didn't look like it.
Yeah. I think that's where my jungle fever started too, at a young age with the hip hop.
Oh, I mean, the thing that I always say is I knew I loved women, and I loved all types of women.
Me
at
too.
a very young age.
Me too.
Because my first 2 crushes were Christina Applegate on Married with Children.
Oh my God.
Kelly Bundy, and Lisa Bonet as Denise Huxtable on The Cosby Show. And I was just like, my first 2. You know, after that, it was many more. And Steph, I love you. You're my infinite crush forever and ever. But
Jeez,
a boy could dream, you know, growing up. So
for sure.
I'm all about it.
Me too. But I'm saying like the hit, I don't know, that culture, yeah, like you say, I gravitated towards it. I'm glad I did because I love that shit to this day.
Yeah, I similar to like I'm an only child, but my older cousins, 8 years, the gap, the closest one to me.
Yeah.
So everything that I was learning and everything was the old school hip hop.
Of course.
Tribe Called Quest is my favorite group. They're in here like multiple times,
I
but
saw them.
that's my favorite group. I love like the boom bap type of hip hop.
Hip hop.
He's a huge brain, just like.
Yeah, I can tell you.
I
just
always say like.
Yeah, just how you guys talking like names and shit. I'm just like, what? You tap this and it is in the movie. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's funny. Ted Demme was actually
that guy.
He was a director. He directed a lot of hip hop videos back in the 80s.
Really?
He was a staple on MTV Raps with the original Dr. Dre and Ed Lover.
Oh, okay.
So he was one of the first guys to like bring hip hop on MTV because it was a struggle like any other genre to get something on there. So yeah, and he was in this. I think he had a production credit in this, and he's just in the movie for a little bit. But he died a few years ago.
R.I.P.
And so your first concert, we were talking about it, and you had mentioned it was Powerhouse, I believe.
Yeah, well, now you have me thinking. Now maybe it's not. Maybe I'm talking shit.
It's Power something, and it was a Power 96.
It was a Power 96 concert they used to have with a bunch of random artists. I mean, not random artists, but like it could be from Big Pun. I remember going to see Big Pun, Busta. To I don't know,
in the middle of Little Italy.
In the middle of
What?
Just remember him like sitting on the speaker. I don't think he could move much at that point in his life.
The saddest line in hip hop history is, "I just lost 100 pounds. I'm trying to live." And he was
Yeah.
dead like 2 months later.
I know.
It's like, fuck.
But yeah, those concerts
One
were
of the legends.
our moms would take us to the concerts. Be like little jits going to these concerts, you know. And the mom's like, "What is this shit?"
This was your first concert or your first hip hop concert or style?
Well,
because
that
it was a little bit of everything.
It was
That's what we're
everything back
talking
then.
about,
Yeah. It wasn't just hip hop back then.
Brian McKnight, and,
Yeah.
and it was a little different.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
little different.
Yeah, you could get that, and then you can get some hardcore hip hop, and then some like Miami bass shit, and you know, it's just like eclectic.
I think Busta was on.
Yes,
that,
he was.
that flyer that I was.
He
at.
was.
Miami Arena.
Miami
also
Arena.
Miami Arena.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miami Arena. Shout out to Miami Stadium.
Yeah.
Also a Columbus guy.
Yeah, I actually met him the other day for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw a couple of the pictures. Yeah.
Shout out to that. Wow. And that's the Miami that I love. That's the Miami that I rep the hardest.
Yeah, me too.
I always tell people about like Trick Daddy. Think more Trick Daddy when we're talking Miami.
Love
West
that.
of 95.
What?
I used to bump Trick Daddy like none other.
Come
I used to go to
on.
all his concerts and shit too. One of the only white boys in there, but whatever. We were there for real. Know all the lyrics.
Good
Those
in any
first
hood.
CDs, www.doug.com, fucking
Doug.com.
classic.
Yeah.
Chapter whatever, the other one, Book of
Book of
Thugs.
Thugs.
Fuck,
Yeah.
those first two are crazy, crazy albums. That guy.
I have this one memory of you.
Oh God, nice.
Was it? I can't tell you the name of the place right now, but you were rhyming with some of Wu-Tang,
Oh yeah,
I believe, and it was
that's a crazy story.
Gatsby thing, or no? What the hell was the name of this place, bro?
The DeVille.
Jeez.
Yeah, the DeVille. It was like an Art Basel. That's what you're talking about when I got on stage with.
Yeah.
It was like I was actually
You
talking about this with
blew
somebody.
Everyone's
That shit
mind.
was. I was talking
Bill,
about it with somebody on Friday.
This is one of the coolest.
Yeah, this is
fucking
it. So it's like
things,
2000.
bro.
It's
This is-
2015 because I thought it was 17, but I was looking at videos the other day and it was 15. So 2015 is Art Basel, and I'm staying on the beach randomly, and it's raining that Saturday, and Ghostface has a show somewhere in Wynwood, but since it's raining, they can't have it there, so they move it to the DeVille, I'm staying about 2 blocks from the DeVille. So I see it on the flyer. I'm like, oh shit. I tell my boy, like, Ghostface, we're huge Wu-Tang fans. Ghostface is coming. You want to go? He's like, yeah, he comes, whatever. We walk over, and we're there chilling. A friend, Mikey's wife now, her best friend, her father owned the DeVille at this point. So they were involved in that. So they got us in. We were just chilling there, having drinks and talking with the girls. And these guys are performing. It's Sheik Luch and Ghostface, right? Them two. They're going off. We're watching the show, and then it gets to a point where Protect Your Neck. Ghostface is gonna do Protect Your Neck. He's like, does anybody out here want to do Method Man's verse for Protect Your Neck? I'm all the way in the back. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. Just like, you know, talking shit there with a couple of my homies and some girls, and nobody's going up. I'm like, what the fuck? So I kind of start walking through the crowd, and I'm literally in the back. Start walking through. No, nobody wants to come up. I get to the front, and I'm like, yo, and I catch your attention. They're like, you're gonna come up? I'm like, yeah, I get up. They don't. At this point, I had been rapping already. I had been like performing and stuff. So I get to the front and I go to the back of the stage. They're like, all right. And then one of their boys who had been like, he's just like, they're rolling a blunt. He comes up to me. He's like, you know the song? And I'm like, yeah, I know the song. He's like, rap it. He's like, and at that moment, I'm like, I don't know, whatever. I know it. Just play the music and I'll know it.
Right, because I'm gonna fucking freak out right now,
Yeah,
a cappella.
you know?
But if you put that music on, I'll figure it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's
come
like,
alive.
you
You
sure?
come
And
alive,
then, but then I caught it. You know, I caught like the first line of it. And I'm like, it's the Method Man, whatever. He's like, all right, cool, whatever. He stopped. These people are still talking. Ghostface and Sheik. Ghostface starts doing his line. The guy comes up to me again. He's like, are you sure you're going to do? I'm like, yo, just give me the mic at this point. And I tell him this. He's like, all right, whatever. Ghostface starts the whole thing. And then they give me the mic. And I swear to God, it's like 8 Mile moment. And I'm like, the moment I go, I have videos of it, so I'll show you guys. The moment I go, it's the Method Man for sure, Mr. Method. And I go to one side, move it. The whole crowd fucking erupts. And then I just do my, you know, now I'm performing. Yeah. So I go back and forth. I'm like,
now Ghostface open for you.
Yeah. No, you have to see Ghostface. I have a video of me behind Ghostface is behind me, and you just see the smile on his face, and he like hits me in the back as I'm going off, and then I say some freestyle shit about like something about the 305, and the DJ's like, what the fuck? This is during that shit, and then I stop, whatever. I fuck up a couple things, but I stop, it ends, and the place just and then she does some shit, or Ghostface maybe again. They stop the thing. She comes on. He's like, "Yo, you killed that shit," and the whole crowd goes crazy again. They give me dabs, and then I walk off the stage and fucking walk on. Everybody's like, "Well, what the fuck was that?"
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'll show you the video. That shit is.
I have that memory
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
that
yeah.
video. I remember when you posted it
Yeah.
originally, and I was just like,
Yeah, that was like obviously one of like my greatest moments ever
because
performing.
you had mentioned you were already performing, you were
Yeah.
already rapping, performing.
Yeah,
making
exactly.
music. But
No, that
having that moment
no.
with someone of that level, especially like you're mentioning, you're huge fans
Exactly.
of Wu-Tang. In that moment,
And the
you're in
Locks.
the
I was
clan,
I was
bro, like,
both, you know what I mean? But
oh,
we were
yeah.
huge. I was a Wu-Tang guy. Like 36 Chambers changed my life when I heard it. Like growing up, it was crazy when I heard that album.
That record was like nothing that anybody had heard at that time
In my life.
I mean, hip hop was doing fine. But
Exactly.
I mean, that record was holy hell. That record.
Exactly.
Ghostface just put out a record with Nas on Friday.
I heard that.
War Wounds or some shit, or Scab.
That's for like some album that's coming out soon.
Yeah. I
Massive-
hope there's more. I
Yeah.
hope there's more. I mean, Nas is as prolific now as he was when he was a kid. Nas is putting stuff out every other week. Jesus.
That Nas and Premiere, that new Premiere one that they
The
put out
King-
like a week before or 2 weeks before that.
Not King's Disease. It was like
No, it's just like a single. It's like a single. Well, no. Those, Those albums are ridiculous in itself. But he just put out a single with Premiere, Nas and Premiere themselves, and it's fucking beautiful.
Hip hop Twitter was talking about the Source and Double XL and all that shit about maybe 2 weeks ago, and they were talking about getting 5 mics in the Source.
Really?
And somebody was like, since the Source has closed, like what's a 5 mic album? There hasn't been any 5 mic albums since the Source stopped putting out 5. And it was Peter Rosenberg from Hot 97.
Yeah.
And I just tweeted at him, I'm like, probably KD3. And he fucking retweeted it. He's like, yeah, absolutely. KD3's a 5 mic record. I'm like, woo! Look at me.
Bro,
knowing things. Me and
I thought you were gonna get blocked.
The fat Irish kid and the Jewish kid from New York are talking hip hop right here on Twitter. Check it out.
Hip hop.
Those albums are fucking amazing.
They're bangers. That KD3, I listened to that shit for like 2 weeks straight. I never do that with albums anymore. Which is the thing the thing I love about streaming is instant access. At 12:01, I know I can hear a new record. The thing I hate about it is so much shit is out there. And I used to just buy the CD and just spin that thing over and over until you knew every word to every song, which is why I can still do every fucking lyric from The Infamous.
Yeah.
But I can't, now, like these albums, even an album I like maybe one song I can catch a verse. That's
it's tough. It's tough.
So it's like you got be careful what you wish for, right?
Exactly.
It's like, I got instant access to this thing, and you listen to it twice, and it's like it's garbage.
Yeah,
There's something else out.
Something else comes out next. Yeah. Before we had to go to the music store. You had to be. You can only pick one. I mean, when I used to go
in our day,
you were. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah, it's
fine. You kids are gonna listen to it.
Yeah, motherfuckers.
Metro Boomin and Future put out 2 records in 3 weeks, and that was just like,
what is that?
And the second one had a second album on it, 31 tracks. Like, Jesus Christ,
it's crazy. Yeah, my grandfather used to take us. So my grandfather used to pick me and my cousin up every Saturday morning since we were little. We'd go to first when we were young. We'd go to Toys R Us, and then KB Toys also when that shit was around. And then as we got older, we'd go to Sports Authority, and then Specs. Specs was like our main thing.
Magic 3 was the album that
Magic.
Nas and Premier have been doing.
Yeah, and when we go to Specs, they'd be like, all right, we'd be there an hour. You'd be like, you can only pick one CD, so you have to be, you have to really sit down and think, okay, can I take this CD? Should I take this CD? No, let me keep looking. I take this one.
You gotta make it count. Those suckers are $21.
Yeah, yeah. Back then, I remember going with my cousin one time to pick up. There was a CD store on like Kendall and 127th, right in front of where Flanagan's is, in that little shopping center where the Denny's is. It was like a makeshift CD store where they would sell you the parental advisory, because Spec, sometimes if you go as a young kid, they wouldn't sell it to you if you had parental advisory. And that's where I got Ready to Die. But I remember my cousin had Ready to Die and the Locks album, and he put it behind his back. And he's like, all right, pick one, and that's the one you're going to take. And it was, I mean, Ready to Die is a classic. And the Locks album was a classic too. But I remember getting my Ready to Die album at that specific place and listening to it for, like you say, a month straight back then.
Yeah, you just run it through. I wasn't going to get another CD for another couple of weeks. I just spent $21 on this one. I'm stuck here. This is where we are.
Exactly. And you memorize everything, and
every beat, you read every damn liner of the liner notes and everything.
The best.
You give it the treatment that I was telling you of. Literally, you just lay down with it, headphones, and run through it.
Exactly.
It's a CD in your car the entire time, over and over.
That was how I used to like laying in the house listening to a record is one thing, but you got to drive with it
for sure.
The first time I heard Dead Presidents by Jay-Z, I went to BFYE or whatever, Specs or whatever the hell it was, and I got the single. and you got 2 songs. You got Dead Presidents on the first side, and on the flip side was Ain't No Nyeh. And I was like,
Fire.
I knew, and I remember driving up and down. I was dating a girl in Boca at the time, and I thought I was the coolest motherfucker in the world with my 1994 Hyundai Scoop with the windows down, blaring fucking Dead Presidents and Ain't No Nyeh, and just learning all the words to fucking both of them, just like crazy. I'm still listening to Jay-Z to this day.
Me too.
Because of my memories from that. I'm chasing that snake of the first time I heard Dead Presidents, the first time I heard that piano.
100%, 100%.
My first Jay-Z album as a kid at Specs was Hard Knock Life, Volume 2.
Volume 2.
And listening to Can I Get a Fuck You?
That was that. I remember being scared to death with that record because the first single off that was that Sunshine shit.
Oh yeah,
with Babyface.
Yeah,
and it was like the video was all like shiny shoot. It was like look like a P Diddy video.
Yeah,
and it's like, and they were using the fisheye lens. Like Hype Williams was always using the fisheye lens, and it made that's where the jokes about Jay-Z looking like Joe Camel came from, because they come from that video, and you're just like, this isn't fucking partying bullshit. What or 222s or 22s or whatever. Yeah. All that shit, all reasonable doubt. It's like, no, this is not that. But then the rest of the record, you got fucking everything you want.
Bangers, yeah.
Friend or foe. And
yeah,
fucking where I'm from.
He figured it out.
Yeah,
he figured it out
real quick.
Yeah, he did.
He was just like, I'm just gonna do what I want to do.
Yeah.
I think I know better.
He gave you a couple bangers. He gave you a couple club bangers, some things for the ladies, and then he gave you like the street shit, which is what you wanted, you know.
Right.
I got lucky growing up, being able to get all the albums with the parental advisory because my parents didn't speak English. It was like, oh, see, lo que tú quieras, okay, boom.
I remember my mom,
but one CD, same exact way.
Yeah,
I had to have my mom come get "Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em" in '91 because they wouldn't sell it to me. And my aunt was with my mom at the time, and she's like, "Oh, it must have a sticker on it." I'm like, ironically enough, this is like the only record I can buy right now that doesn't have the sticker on it. And I have no idea why this guy won't sell it to me, but here you have to come get it. I literally had Straight Outta Compton in my house.
So why was it?
Way worse shit. I don't know. The guy I guess he decided that any rap record was a bad record.
Yeah, maybe.
I was just like, I vividly remember being like, my mom has to buy me fucking Please Hammer Don't Hurt 'Em. I'm like, Mom, there's not one swear on this entire record. Not one. Not a one.
Former ball boy.
Yeah.
Hammer.
Stanley Burrell.
For the Oakland A's.
Stanley Burrell. Legend. That is crazy.
What's Ice? Rob something, right?
Vanilla Ice.
Rob Van Winkle, Vanilla Ice.
Yep.
Was another CD I bought. They didn't card me. They didn't card me for that one.
Yeah, no.
I got to the extreme.
You're allowed to buy this one, kid.
Walked right out the door with To the Extreme. No problem. To the Extreme has swears. There are swears on some of those songs.
Yeah.
My cousin, the first cassette I ever got, he gave me, it was Snoop Dogg's. The Doghouse or whatever it was.
Doggy Style.
The one with the Doghouse.
Doggy Style.
Yeah, Doggy Style.
That album cover in itself, you didn't even have to listen to the words. Just that album cover.
I had to, thank God I was old enough by then, because my parents would have not. My mom would not have allowed that shit. Well, my parents were so funny, man. They literally, like I was listening. My dad walked in on me listening to "Fuck the Police." Really? He heard that shit and he was like, "All right, come here." He's like, "This is all bullshit. You know that, right?" He's like, "No, he didn't know from anything." Exactly. I was like, "Yeah, it turns out he was doing that shit." But at the time, he was like, "You know how you like wrestling, and how we told you over and over again how that's fucking fake and don't. This is the same shit. This is acting. These guys are acting. They're selling records. Okay, cool, whatever. If that's what it took for me to be able to buy all this shit, let's go. I agree with you, Daddy. Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
So that was it. That was, my parents were super cool about it. Like, they, when I had to tell my mom what I wanted for my birthday in '94. It was like, I want Tupac's new record. It's called Strictly for My N-Words. And it's spelled out across the front of the thing. And I want it. And you're going to buy it for me.
Did you get it?
Hell yeah, I got that shit. Fucking that's put on guy. Holler if you hear me. Come on, Mom. Bounce to this shit with me.
That's my guy right there. That's my guy.
Yeah, man. That was the stuff, man. Fuck.
Tupac?
Tupac is my number one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, that's what we're going to get into there. Your top 5, I guess. So.
Top 5. Oof.
I mean, if
Tupac's one for sure. Jay's up there. I mean, I like Lil Wayne, DMX. 5. We're talking hip hop, right? Only.
Yeah. Then you can give me another 5.
We can do it. We can do it. We can do genre after genre if you want. I love music talk.
Yeah.
That's why our Silva. We did an episode with Silva that went super long. That was the record before last week. Sorry, Sil. And it was just, we were just talking music for so long.
Yeah. Hip hop. There's a lot. I mean,
Not a
Wu Tang. I
not a
mean, Wu
music
Tang's not a.
podcast.
Yeah, Wu Tang's one of my favorite ever. I mean, I know it's a
That'd probably
group.
be group, yeah.
Yeah, it's more a group.
I saw Wu Tang for the first time ever like 6 months ago at Hard Rock with Nas.
Oh, I went.
You were there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't that the best show of your life?
Fucking fire.
Dude, I went with me and Marcelo went, and Marcelo was like, he's like, what do you think the vibe's gonna be at this thing? And I go, it's gonna be a bunch of dudes my age. I'm like, I don't think we gotta worry about it
100%.
getting like rowdy. I'm like, I think it's gonna be just fucking dudes my age getting high and fucking rapping every word. And
Yeah.
sure enough,
That's how I was.
and it was great. And I was so fucking I was like, there's no way Meth is here. Like, there's no way Meth isn't doing this
Yeah.
tour. Meth is the only one who's got all his money.
He came out late.
He did, but he came out,
But he came
and I
out,
fucking
yeah.
tore the roof off the
Yeah,
place.
he did.
Jesus,
I didn't even know
he's
Tribe was
insane.
on the bill.
Me neither.
We walked in and Tribe was on. I'm like, is this Tribe Called Quest?
Yeah.
Not Tribe.
Oh no.
It was
No.
shit. Forgive me. It was Tribe, wasn't it?
No.
No, it wasn't Tribe. It was Junior would have known about it if it was Tribe.
Yeah. Black Sheep? Who we talking about?
No.
Fuck, I
No.
Digital Planets. De
fucking-
La Soul.
Well, it was De La
De La
Soul.
Soul,
It was De La
yes.
Soul. That's who it was.
And somebody else, right? There wasn't.
No, it was De La, Nas, and Wu Tang.
Okay.
And I just wanted to see Nas. This year's my number one.
Yeah.
Nas is my number one and has been for a long time.
Oh,
But,
yeah, Nas
uh,
is up there for me too.
Yeah. Nas, Prodigy from Mobb Deep, Andre 3000, Eminem, cause I'm white, and
Eminem's fire. There's too many for a top 5. For me,
yeah, I
actually.
mean, it's just make it. You ask me next week, it'll be different.
Yeah.
I think LL might be in my top 5 just because of the longevity and the proclivity of his fucking the ability to just make hits over years.
Yeah.
Like he started with the original, like I'm bad, the boom bap shit,
For
and,
sure.
and worked all the way up to like doing becoming the main proponent of love hip hop.
Exactly. Yeah. They, with the
Love
girl.
You Better
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Hey Lover and shit.
Doing it.
Yeah,
Voice
doing
of
it. Yeah. I don't think it's been a while since LL's put on a record. Those
Yeah.
CSI checks are fucking
Yeah, I got it.
coming hard.
He's straight in that show. He had a
And
show.
hosting. He's always hosting the Grammys too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tremendo gig.
Tremendo gig.
Yeah, and hosting the lip sync battle.
Yeah, that too.
Jimmy Fallon lip
But he
sync
but he
battle.
had a
hosted
sitcom
with-
too. Wasn't he in a sitcom?
well,
Like
he
a
was-
Martin type?
Yeah. It was My Wife and Kids. Was it
Yeah.
My Wife and Kids?
Oh, no,
something like
that's Damon Wayans.
Cannabis dissed him about it on the on
Yes.
second round.
Even wait for the studio audience to applaud.
I watched me rip the tap
I've
from
been-
your arm.
I've been going through diss tracks this past couple of weeks because of what's going on in hip hop.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on in hip hop?
Man.
Uh,
You want to talk about being the crotchety old hip hop guy? I'm the crotchety old hip hop guy. I remember when we used to take 4 months to
yeah,
get a
you see,
freaking
yeah.
record. Meh.
you don't like the
Have you kids
the
listened
diss
to
tracks?
Ether?
It's not
Fuck it.
Have
Yeah,
you listened to
Oh,
that's what it
Ether?
is. I was like, fucking the takeover came out, and then fucking it took 4 months to get Ether, and then we got Super Ugly, and it was over because it was a terrible song,
Yeah.
and nobody died, and then we did another one, and then people died, and it was terrible. We didn't do beef for a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah.
So where are we at with this then?
I'm a Kendrick guy. I'm a Drake guy too. I like both of them.
Yeah, I'm not
honestly.
going to sit here and pretend I don't like Drake.
Yeah,
like Drake a
I
lot.
do like Drake.
But I knew if it got into like a lyrical miracle thing, then fucking he had no chance against Kendrick.
Of course.
But I dare you to listen to a Kendrick record more than once. I dare you to go back and listen to a Pimp a Butterfly. Maybe if you're sleepy, and put you down. The
They're,
guy's a G.
they're different type of artists.
100%.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I mean, you're not putting Kendrick on in the club. Like what
You're
was that?
not.
Except
Some
for
of them are you are, but no, not
except
over
for
Drake.
The,
Yeah.
yeah. That one goes, but that's early Kendrick. Like
Yeah, it's
now
early.
he's like the. I thought the best line of the whole battle was by Cole.
Oh,
When
yeah,
he was
that's-
just like, your second one was boring, but they still gassed it.
Yeah, but they
and then
still-
Cole was like, you know what? Let me get the fuck out of this.
yeah.
But-
But apologize like the next day.
But then Drake dropped last, I think it was the Family Matters record where it was like trying to free the slaves with every verse or
Yeah.
some shit. I was
That
just like, I'm laughing at this, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to laugh at this, so I'm going to take a step back.
I like that song though. I like Family Matters. I like Push Ups, but I think this guy. much.
I think Euphoria ended it.
Yeah, I
And
think
they kept Drake did well with Family Matters, but by that time I was tired of it. Like,
Yeah.
we're talking like 6 songs by each guy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I'm just like, okay.
I love it. I love it. Because I like that. I like both of them, and I like the competition, and I like that they were just imagine 2 of the giants in the game
Oh man.
putting songs out, and like it was like you're waiting to like see when are they dropping? I was out. We were out Friday. Was it Friday night? Yeah, I was out Friday night with a couple of my homies, and we were there fucking there talking shit, and they kept dropping songs, and he dropped the next one. We're like, yo, we gotta go. I want to go. I literally left the place I was at. It was full of
Wow.
full of girls, and we were having a good time. It was getting late already, but still, it was like, yo, let's go. I want to hear these things. Like,
Twitter was alive until about 2 a.m. and that never normally happened unless there's like a late night sporting event or something. Like 2 a.m. Like the timeline was still going. People were just getting to it, listening to it, listening and everything. Like Kendrick, the move after like Drake drops Family Matters with the video, and I think he was because he says at the end of that he goes, "I'm gonna go on vacation. Y'all deal with this shit." And I think he thought that was gonna be like checkmate. And Kendrick dropped another record 10 minutes later. I think that was 616 or whatever.
Yeah, no. After that, he dropped Meet the
Grams was after it.
Yeah,
it's just
616 was like earlier that day, earlier in the morning, and
Euphoria 616 and Meet the Grams all came out in the same like 24-hour window. It was Friday, Saturday.
Euphoria is insane.
That's absurd that it's like that.
I know
at this level.
Love it.
And the funniest part too, what we mentioned, J. Cole kind of just say, all right.
Hey man, I'm really sorry about all of this. Shout out to Amin Al Hassan on the Levitard show. He's a Dreamville, like he's in their crew.
Okay.
So they were talking about the beef on Levitard today, and Levitard was like, he's like, well, you got Kendrick clearly wins, and he's like, and then Cole loses because he never got involved. And fucking Amin was like, whoa. He didn't lose. He retired. He goes, do athletes lose when they retire? And Levitard goes, well, he didn't win. He goes, yeah, but he took a step back out. And I was like, oh, that's right. Amin's a Dreamville guy. I forgot about that shit.
I didn't even know he was a Dreamville guy.
Yeah, he wears the Dreamville sweatshirt all the time, and he's always at the festival. And
okay,
dude, I like Cole. Fine.
Me too.
I'm not a huge Cole guy, and everybody, like, I respect them like lyrically, like because you basically can't. Well, I shouldn't say that because you fucking kids are listening to shit that has no lyrical content at all. But if you're at least a little bit lyrical, I fuck with you. Even if I don't,
for sure.
If I don't like your ear for beats or I don't like the shit you're rapping about, like that's fine. But like, as long as you're like structuring coherent sentences and not rhyming like me with me, which happens a lot.
Yeah.
That kind of shit.
I like them. I like them three are like obviously the top right now. I like all of them.
But so I think we just kind of casually let them be the big three, right? But
there's nobody else really in like hip hop space.
Just not selling or just like lyrically.
Well, yeah, selling. Oh, lyrically, yeah. I like Griselda and these guys.
That's what I'm saying. Like Benny the Butcher can cook you
100%.
Is Benny the Butcher not as good as 100%. J. Cole?
Yeah.
He's just not as famous as
exactly.
Cole, right?
He's not a celebrity.
Right.
Yeah. You're right.
Benny put a record out with Wayne about 3 months ago. It was called Big Dogs or some shit.
Fire.
I fucking ran that thing for that entire day.
Fire.
after it dropped. That shit was crazy.
Yeah,
Griselda dudes are fucking crazy. Who knew Buffalo was so up?
Right? Crazy.
Those dudes are fucking putting that shit out there.
Yeah,
man.
they are.
Buffalo.
Yeah. It's crazy. They're all from Buffalo.
Yeah, they
killing
are.
the game.
I just keep going back to Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
Getting drafted by Buffalo and him being like, I'm gonna be hanging out with Diddy and Jay-Z in the city. We're gonna run the city. He's like, where the fuck did you send me, bro? This is Alaska.
Right
this is
He just saw New York, but that ain't New York. It's back in the 90s, MC8 put out a song called Just Like Compton. And
MCA from Beastie Boys?
MC8. He's an LA rapper. More producer, but he had a couple albums himself. And he put out a song called Just Like Compton. And the purpose of the song was he just shouts out a bunch of cities. And he's like, you don't think so, but he's like, Albuquerque, just like Compton. Like every city has a hood.
Yeah.
So if you're like, damn, how are these dudes from Buffalo doing it? Because Buffalo has a
Has
fucking
a
hood.
hood,
And
yeah,
those
for
dudes
sure.
are rapping in that thing.
Those dudes are hood too.
How long has the Griselda camp been doing stuff?
Few years, yeah.
5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
They've only like blown up in the last, I want to say 3. Although COVID kind of fucked me up. It could be 5, 6 years, but.
And it's like drug rap, but it's fucking hard. And they're just like, it's like high level, like high fashion, high drug. It's just like shit that I'm not really into either.
Yeah.
I'm not, I fucking wear $5 shirts and this and that, you know, they're like talking about, you know, everything, all this high fashion and shit, but it's just hard as fuck. They're beats and they're just like these grimy ass dudes with one dude has like, he's paralyzed fucking half his face and he still spits bars. And they have like they have other guys within the camp that are fucking as hard as them. They're just not big. And it's just.
Yeah, it's a real Wu-Tang situation. Where it's
exactly.
Like they've got a million dudes in there, but only like Benny and
Benny Conway and
Conway's a murder.
Yeah, Conway's a murder, and the other I forget the other guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through my hip hop thing here and see if I can find who I'm talking about.
I gotta brush up. On
they're
You're listening
good,
to Boys to Men too much.
People.
Yeah, your water runs dry is on repeat in Spotify.
Listen,
I already know.
I'm more of a 16
to say goodbye.
You're 16. Yeah.
I'm more of a 16 Candles guy. 16 Candles goes hard.
Yeah, it does. I was actually listening to that whole album the other day. It's
that
funny.
album is damn near perfect if you run it back right now. It's just
Fucking
like,
kidding me?
and I was a Jodeci guy, not a Boyz II Men guy.
Oof.
But that shit,
I was just gonna
oh
mention
boy,
that Debo's a Jodeci.
Jodeci
here.
guy? I mean, you can't go
Big
wrong with
Jodeci
Jodeci
guy.
guy.
Of course
big
not.
Jodeci guy.
Of
I was
course
big. I was big R&B guy too. I liked everything. Honestly, like I
Everything.
said, growing up, my dad would listen to like the Eagles. He listened to a lot of rock, even a lot of like Sade stuff like that. That shit was always playing in my house. So I grew up listening to everything. So I liked everything. I just obviously hip hop was like something that I couldn't listen to. So I guess I like gravitated towards it because like they didn't let me really, and I was
Yeah.
like, fuck that, and it was just like a cool thing. But I listened to everything.
When R&B started
little
being
thing.
R&B started being hip hop, like that late '90s, the Jodeci, the
Yeah.
Usher, the Jagged Edge, Boyz II Men shit was. Well, I guess Boyz II Men was more traditional, but
Drew Hill.
Drew Hill.
Hill.
Oh my God, Drew Hill.
Fire.
That's man, dude. The first time I heard "Tell Me," I was working at Publix bagging groceries. I was singing that shit. I was spending all of my time when I was wheeling the cart back to Publix trying to hit that last note or whatever. You can't hit any notes. Cisco's got the greatest voice, one of the greatest voices ever. This Boyz II Men 2 record opens with "Thank You."
Thank you. Yeah.
Goes to all around the world, and it's got "I Sit Away." It's got that Khalil interlude, which Drake interpolated on a record. Trying Times, I'll Make Love to You, On Bended Knee, 50 Candles. It's not 16 candles, it's 50 candles. Water Runs Dry, and Yesterday. What a fuck.
Dog, that run at the end there.
What a
On Bended Knee, I'll Make Love to You, 50
insane.
Candles. What'd you say after that?
Water Runs Dry, Into Yesterday. That's nuts.
Yeah.
And I didn't love Motown Philly. I
like
wasn't
that
my
song,
favorite.
but yeah, me neither.
Yeah, Motown Philly's a good song.
That
Oh.
song's fire.
That one
But
slapped.
There was
The
better
album, yeah, the album.
Yeah, fucking
Coolie High Harmony.
Simpins on that. Simpins also on the White Man Can't Jump soundtrack, so it's automatically 10 points higher.
Wow, I saw that the other day too. I mean, I fell asleep to it, but it was on.
That's such a good movie.
Yeah.
Talk about, and that's what
I haven't
hip-hop.
even seen the new one.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah, no.
I saw it the night it came out, like the weekend it came out. It was
horrible.
It was after
Billy bought tickets, and they said
No,
it's on Amazon Prime.
that shit was
Why
on
are you
Hulu,
here?
my friend.
Why
That
are you
was
at the
on
movie
Hulu.
theaters? We're not even showing it.
I went and bought out the Taco Bell. Yo, son, give me all of that. And stayed up watching it. For whatever reason, the house was empty, so I was watching that. Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah, no, I would never watch it. I already knew. Jack Harlow's in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already knew.
Yeah, right. You gotta knew. You gotta spell
Yeah,
that
I
one for a
kinda,
while.
but I mean, when they try to do those classics over again, it's
But it has nothing to do with the original. Like, there's no, like, it's just literally
There's no
just they could have
backstory,
named it
nothing.
anything,
okay.
but they just took the name of the movie we all heard of. So.
Yeah, no, I
They
don't like
keep doing that.
Yeah, they do.
It's the worst.
I never watch them. If somebody tells me about it, they're like, "Hey, you have to watch," then I'll watch it. But I'm not gonna be the first one to watch that shit.
No. They just did Roadhouse, right?
I watched
That's
that
it.
immediately.
Yeah.
I
How's that?
watched that shit immediately. It's terrible, but I liked it.
Yeah.
So White Man Can't Jump is terrible, and I'll never watch it again. Fucking Roadhouse is terrible, and I loved it. I've watched it twice.
All right. All right. I'll check that one.
It's got everything I want. It's based in the Keys. It's got Conor McGregor in it. It's fucking nonsense. It's great. So good.
He's fighting again.
Entertaining. Yeah.
June 29th against Michael Chandler. Yeah.
What?
You have to bring the
Is this
the
important?
doll home. I mean, I think
It's a real fight. What is
no,
this?
it's a UFC. It's a UFC main. Conor, I think they want to run Conor at the belt one more time because Conor's good for business, but
For sure.
I don't think Conor can fight anymore. I mean, he lost to Poirier twice.
I think that shit is so crazy to me though. How he can literally just like come back around every couple of years or whatever.
He's box office, man. They just had their
Yeah, I
biggest.
know, but just physically. Like,
Oh yeah, I mean,
and to do it at the level that he's doing it. at.
there's a belief in fighting that once you lose, once you lose your chin, once you lose a fight, getting knocked out, like you never get it back.
Mm.
Like, so he's definitely. I think he's won maybe 2 fights in the last 6 that he's had or whatever. Like he lost to Nate.
He's won 2 in the last 6.
Yeah, he lost.
Oy.
He lost to Nate, then beat Nate in a rematch, and then disappeared for a while, and then he beat Cowboy Cerrone, and then he lost to Poirier twice. Yeah, he lost to Nurmagomedov. That was the big one, the Russian guy who he ended up getting arrested because he tried to fight the crew after the fight.
Yes.
But Nurmagomedov is the greatest of all time. They line him up against Conor, who's the fucking supposed to be like the box office, and Nurmagomedov retired undefeated. Nobody got close to him. Conor got the closest and still got smoked in the second round, choked out.
Oh my God.
So like, the only reason Conor got close, and I think this might have been his strategy, was like Nurmagomedov is like, once you get on the ground with him, you're toast. He's going to choke you out, period. But he's not really good on his feet to stand up and punch with you, and that's Conor's whole thing. So I think Conor tried to rile the guy up so much and piss him off that he would stand and bang with him. So a couple of times it went to the ground, and Nurmagomedov stood it up because he wanted to fight with Connor. And I think Connor landed a couple shots, and Nurmagomedov was like, all right, we're going to stop fucking around here and just put him out. So Connor, but I think he's toast. But we'll see if he can beat this guy Chandler. I think UFC is feeding Chandler to him. I don't think Chandler can beat him. So
you said also that they want to throw him out for like one more run.
If he can beat Chandler, they'll rocket his ass to the whatever title belt, whatever weight class he's in, because he's box office, because he sells pay-per-views. That's the beauty of having one guy make all the decisions. Dana White can decide you're going to fight for the title just because people are buying your shit.
Everyone's watching. Yeah.
I don't know how we got from Jodeci and Boyz II Men to Connor, but that's where we are.
That's the Euro stuff that we take here.
We got there either.
I don't even remember how we got there. It was only 2 minutes ago.
It was rapping.
A lot
and
of
it
shots,
was then different genres and instruments. We had accordions about 10 minutes ago. Who knows?
Let me ask you guys, if you could take one album, it could be anything, with you, that's the only album you can listen to for the rest of your lives, what would that be?
I mean, before Whispers,
Before
obviously, let's don't be stupid.
Obviously. I mean,
the shit is a game changer.
Your album title is dangerously close to that fucking Tory Lanez record. Didn't he have a Muse record?
Did he? I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no fucking idea.
So I'm not a big fan of Tory Lanez as a person, but he's a pretty decent artist.
He's a great artist, actually. But
shot Meg Thee Stallion in her butt, which was nice.
Yeah, who knows what happened
there? Was it the foot? I think it was the foot.
My pinky toe, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
The name of the album is Alone at Prom, and there is a song
that's a
on
good
here
album.
It is a very good album, and it is. Oh, you know what? I'm wrong again. It's a Division record. It's
okay.
From a Muse. Division's good too.
Yeah, they are. I like that you're thinking over there.
God,
I like that you're thinking.
Because music, I put above everything else.
Me too.
Music is the one constant that's always been running through, while everything else had its seasons and its reasons and whatever. Music was always the underlying background. The soundtrack of my life always was playing because music was the one that was curating.
Exactly. Muse in Her Feelings. I'm sorry. The name of the album is A Muse in Her Feelings. But it's very good. I can't recommend it highly enough. It's very good. It's got a song with Party Next Door, and it's good.
Amused in Her Feelings?
A Muse in Her Feelings.
A Muse in Her Feelings.
A Muse in Her Feelings. And Division is actually just one guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're not a band. It's one dude.
Okay. He could sing though.
Very good.
Yeah, he could sing very good.
Sing like multiple.
Joe Budden hit me to Division.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've been waiting.
He's been playing. He plays them a lot on his sleepers.
On that podcast?
And I found a lot. So Joe Budden is like us. He's a hip hop dude who just only plays R&B now because he's kind of tired of hip hop.
Yeah, he does.
So
I like that pod too.
It's so funny. This everything happened Friday night, and they canceled the show that was going to come out Saturday morning, because they recorded on Friday.
Yeah.
And everything happened after they recorded, and I was like, I'm like, there's two things they can do here. Joe can get everybody in the studio at 2 a.m. and do a 4-hour pod and get that shit out late, or they can just cancel it.
Yeah.
Sure enough, he just tweeted, pod's canceled for tomorrow.
Yeah, it's too much going on.
So what's today? Monday. So we got to wait till a couple days now.
There's
a Wednesday episode.
Wednesday and Saturday. Yeah.
You got your album yet, or?
I hate the answers that I'm coming up with, because if I had to, there's this one Red Greatest Hits Earth, Wind and Fire album.
There you go. You're gonna cheat.
Love that.
That's kind of my cheat code.
You're gonna cheat.
Probably go for.
Okay.
It's that one.
All right.
The record player's in the other room.
Let's do non compilations, non greatest hits record. We can all do our greatest hits and then do your a compilation and then do a non compilation, like a pure album. Because the compilation's cheating. Because I'm just gonna take Prince's The Hits. It's 4 CDs. I'll never get bored of it. It's got every song on it is perfect because it's Prince.
Okay.
Now that's what I call music, volume
Right.
73.
Right. So we're not doing that.
I mean, mine's a double. Mine's All Eyes on Me. It's a double CD. I don't know if that counts too, but
All Eyes on Me doesn't fall apart for you in the second act.
No. Doug Passion.
That's where it
All
takes
Eyes
off
on Me.
One part Jose, one part
kidding me?
Christoph.
No way.
Guaranteed to get
Picture
the
Me Rollins on that.
Picture Me Rollins on the first record. The second record.
You sure?
Pull
it up.
The song opens with it opens with Picture Me Rolling, doesn't it?
No.
Prove
Opens with
it.
Ambitious
No,
as a
Ambitious
Rider.
the Rider. I'm
Prove
sorry.
it.
My bad. Rest in peace, Pac. Let's see. Ambitious as a Rider. All About You. Scandalous. I can do without Scandalous. Mind Made Up is. How do you want it with Casey and JoJo? America's Most Wanted with Snoop Dogg. No More Pain with Devontae from Jodeci. Heart of Man is all right. Life Goes On, good. Only God Can Judge Me. There's like 6 different versions of Only God Can Judge Me. Trade and War Stories. I love that song.
Fire.
California
What's
Love,
your phone
obviously.
number is like the last one, right?
I Ain't Mad at You. What's your phone number? And then so the second record opens up with Can't See Me with Funkadelic. Shorty Want to Be a Thug, Holla at Me. Wonder why they call you bitch, because it came out in 1997. You can still do that.
Yeah.
Thug Passion. Picture Me Rolling.
Picture Me Rolling.
Checkout Time. Checkout Time probably should have been the last song, but there's 5 songs after.
We gotta go.
All Eyes on
All
Me.
Eyes on Me.
Ain't Hard to Find. Ain't Hard to Find is a good one.
Fuck.
And then Heaven Ain't Too Hard to Find.
Rather Be a N-I. Is that? No, that's
No.
another album.
Yeah, no, it's on there. Rather Be Your N-Word.
Rather Be N-Word.
Rather Be Nye.
Not never.
It's a landmine. It's not my favorite Pac record. It's Me Against the World is my favorite Pac record.
Oof. Can't go wrong with that one either.
Oh man. All right.
That album, just for me, I just played it all on my Discman. Like, it's just it's a part of my life that I remember. You know, it's just one of those albums that just takes me back.
I remember the wait for All Eyes on Me when the video for California Love came out, and it was like new album 2 months. Like, jeez, I gotta wait 2 months for this shit.
Crazy.
And the day it dropped, the only other album I remember having a crazy time finding it the day it dropped was It's Dark and Hell is Hot. And I worked in it's DMX's first record.
That's another. That could be another one I could take too.
I
Ain't
worked.
no sunshine when it rains.
God bless DMX, man. And I worked at a mall, so I was opening that day, and I was walking in, I'll fucking go to work, I'll open the cage, I'll run over there, get it. Dark and Hell is Hot. I walked in empty. Like, it's 10:05.
It's crazy.
It was like a sneaker release.
Hot
like,
cakes. Hot off.
That dude came out with 2 albums, I think, the
that
same year.
February and November. Only rapper to have 2 number 1 records in the same year.
DMX and Eminem were my emotional rappers.
Wow.
They were the ones that literally, like, all the shit that
Yeah.
we're talking about rock and hip hop or rap and whatever. Like, I was getting out my rock rage between out through these two
Through the hip hop guys.
Through 2 guys.
Yeah. And when Eminem first came out, it was crazy too. That was.
I'm gonna go with Low End Theory.
There you go.
There you go.
Go with Low End Theory.
Not bad at all.
Beautiful.
Tribe Called Quest, Low End Theory.
I think my absolute favorite record that I always go back to is Diary of a Madman, Jodeci's second record.
Oof.
That's the one with Feenin', Cry for You.
This guy was banging at this guy was getting it in back then.
I was in high school when those records were coming out.
Giggity.
Yeah, I was introducing a lot of white girls in Coral Springs.
Yeah, love that.
What is this?
Yeah, you're gonna soon find out. You soon find out, baby.
A little too aggressive for you. We can put on the John B. He's white too. We can do that.
Hey.
That's a fucking banger record. That Cool Relax record, fellas. You young punks
Pac
listening to
and
this
John
shit.
B having a track.
Hellraiser.
Hello.
And Are You Still Down?
Are You Still Down is a fucking crazy record.
So on Pac's first album after he died, not
John
Machiavelli,
B, bro.
but Hellraiser, that album.
Are You Still Down?
That's the name of the record, right?
Of the album, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Are You Still Down is on that record too.
Yes.
But there's a track on there called Hellraiser. That first Pac record is still
Major.
fucking good. What is shit? We were all pissed because Drake did Pac's voice on the
Oh, that shit's that.
and then he didn't rhyme like Hennessy and Enemies, which
Yeah.
was like a cardinal sin. Like, ride like a Pac on my enemies.
Kendrick, we need you. Yo, that shit.
God, it was so corny, but it was so good.
It was good. It's crazy. I was listening to it on the way home because it came out late at night, and somebody sent it to me, and I put it on, and I'm listening. I listened to it one thing through, and it sounded like Drake.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
It was Drake's flow with.
It was
with
Drake's
Pac's
flow
voice.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, you could hear it, and then I listened to it again. I'm like, oh yeah.
Snoop is on there too.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was weird because Snoop is alive.
Exactly.
And so I was like, maybe he should have did Nipsey.
Yeah,
that would have been fucking.
That would have been. Yeah, you see.
I think he did it like that because he said it was his 2 favorite.
Oh, that was Kendrick's. Said that
two,
was,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was Kendrick's 2 favorite guys, Pac and Snoop.
Gotcha.
So that's why he used those specifically.
I love Parks from the Joe Budden podcast. This is me telling you to listen to other podcasts. Parks from Joe Budden was like, he's like, when I first started listening to it, I thought it was like, did they have like a found track of Tupac to it? And then he goes about 3 bars in, he's like, I can kind of hear it. I know what's going on.
Yeah,
I see
exactly.
what's going on
exactly.
here.
I did the same thing as I was listening to it. I was like, wow, this is Drake doing this shit.
Yeah.
And then I heard back, I'm like, oh yeah, it is.
I mean, who didn't rhyme like Pac when they were a kid? Who didn't want to be? Who didn't want to be Pac? And also the dirty little secret about Pac is he was kind of giving you nursery rhymes. He wasn't.
Yeah.
There was no lyrical miracle bullshit in there.
Yeah,
He was no
exactly.
backpacker. He was just writing it down. He was selling you the image of Tupac.
Yes.
You know, more than he was like giving you shit that he had lived and such. But
which I've said it in the past too. I'm a big first half Tupac.
Yeah.
Like artistic and like funner Tupac before
There's only
aggressive.
he's only
Death
alive
Row.
for 3 records, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And, oh, okay. So you're saying everything before Death Row too. So everything up until Me Against the World.
Well, no, look, like I love all Pac. I'm saying my favorite Pac.
Okay, I got you.
1 Pac, 2 Pac, 3 Pac, 4. You know, like
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
Pac,
the
this
first
Pac,
2 Pac.
my Pac, none.
Because "Get Around" is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Man,
and
what
that
a
music
fucking
video
banger!
is so fun.
What a fucking
And
banger, man!
Banger.
my karaoke song. This is gonna take way too long here. My karaoke song is Digital Underground's
Same song.
Humpty Dance.
Oh, Humpty
Do
Dance.
the Humpty.
But
Dance.
the fact that Pac was rolling with
Yeah.
Was
he's a
on
Digital
dancer.
Underground.
He's on same
and
song.
Yeah.
That verse is hard too.
Now I clown around when I come around with the underground. Girls used to frown, say I'm down when I come around.
Dazzy do the harass me and then the harass me.
Now they ask me if they can kiss me.
He kills that shit.
Slapperoos.
Yeah.
And then my other
Man, rest in
favorite
peace,
feature-
fucking rest in peace, Humpty. Rest in peace, Shock.
Yeah.
Man, that
Rest
was a
in
fucking.
peace,
Fuck
Shock
yeah.
G. Rest in peace, Tupac. And this is super random, but Shaq rapping with Fushnikins. Because
Can we rock? What's up, Doc?
yep.
I'm the hooper, the hyper, protective viper. When I'm on the microphone,
Talk shit about Kazam and all the other stuff, but he went so hard on that verse.
Yeah, he did. He was
And-
good. He wasn't bad.
Shaq
No.
wasn't bad. There's a
He was not
There's a
bad.
case
And
to be
again,
made that
his heart.
Shaq was pretty okay.
For sure.
He's lost it though. I don't know if you heard the that remix of shit. What record is that? Him and Dame are on a remix of
yeah.
Ross and Meek
Oh yeah.
on the Shaq and Kobe remix.
Of the Kobe, yeah.
And Dame comes pretty hard.
Dame's
but,
not bad.
but
Dame's nice.
but
Yeah, Dame's
fucking
nice.
Shaq's verse is like
Yeah.
very 1995.
Yeah.
It's
He's
not
stuck.
bad.
He's stuck there still.
Yeah,
That was-
but
that
I
was
just thought it was
incredible how
funny
he got
that
that.
it's tacked on to the end of the record there. It's like Shaq and Kobe
Yeah.
remix featuring Dame Dollar and Big Shaq.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. What is happening right now?
Yeah. Shaq's a legend though.
His he was the one that he was only able to make that happen because he asked Arsenio Hall. Well, Arsenio wanted to get him on the show,
Mhm.
and he's like, "I'll only do the show if I can rap with my favorite group." He's like, "Who's your favorite group?"
Really?
Fushnikins. He said, "All right, say less.
I'm a
Let's set it
true
up."
what? I am a
And
true
he did the-
Fushnik. I'm a true what?
He did the whole bro. So hype,
So hype.
Yeah.
and also just that '90s time.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
exactly.
it
That's
gets you-
that takes me to like DOS Effects and like,
DOS Effects.
The first time DOS Effects got played on like Rap City,
Leaders of the New
it was
School.
Leaders of the New School, young black teenagers who there were no young black teenagers in the group, but still, that whole like rowdy ass Onyx,
Oh,
rowdy ass late
Slam.
'90s rap.
back the fuck up, right? That's their album called.
Back the fuck up. That was another one that was fun to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
That was another
exactly.
one. My mom looks at the back. The first song on that record is called "Black Vagina Finder." Buy this for me.
And it's all four of them, like on the cover, like
Just-
looking at you.
It's the beatdown shot.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
fucking-
exactly.
You're about to get stomped out by many pairs of tits.
Exactly.
What a
Yep.
time!
What a time.
Gone are the days.
I used to have to scream. I used to know when the bad words were in the songs when I put them on in the car. And when they come up, I'd be like, "Ah!" I just scream out into my mom's like, "What's wrong with
Oh,
this kid?"
man.
Like, "No, I don't want you to hear the
Like,
bad
had
words."
Tourette's or something.
Yeah.
Just-
on
out of nowhere.
the rock tip, the
Yes,
first
sir.
time my mom was in the car while "Killing in the Name of" by Rage Against the Machine came
Oh,
on,
shit.
and at the end of it is "Fuck you, I won't do
Yeah.
what you tell me." I'm like, "I'm just gonna fucking turn this on,"
Next.
because this goes on. This goes on for a solid minute and a
Next.
half.
Imagine trying to play like Uchi Wally or something
Oof.
around.
But I can like
Oh yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow,
make it hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whoa.
shit doing it.
Oh, yeah, doing it. And the videos, goddamn.
The videos got literal porn stars.
Yeah, little porn stars. The box was a shit.
We miss
box.
running, bro.
The box
What?
before the box got any kind of like
What?
like any kind of like people like paying attention to what was going on, you could just get the same song 55
For
times. in a
sure.
row. I'll never forget. Speaking of LL, somebody ordered. I remember sitting at home with my homies in the summer. We're watching the box, and somebody ordered "Around the Way Girl" like 55 times in a row. I'm not bullshitting. We were like, it became a game. Like, there's no way it's coming on again. Ah, it was terrible. And somebody was like, "Fine, we need to regulate this.
Yeah.
Like, you can only hear one song an hour or whatever. A song an hour."
Bone Thugs was big back then too.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, shout out to Marlon. He recites every damn song. From,
Blessed is he who
Thugs,
can
bro.
recite any Bone Thugs song. It's like
He's also one of
it's
the
like reciting a
kings of-
Twister record.
lip sync battles.
Yeah.
He's one of the kings of that. Not when Dub Smash was
Uh-huh.
around, but just when Snapchat first
Yeah, yeah.
came out. this motherfucker. Every single track, just while he's driving or like in
Really?
parks and stuff, and he's doing choreo with like his sister or one of the homies in the car.
Yeah.
Doing whatever. It could be a Michael Jackson song, a soulful song. It could be a Bone Thug song, and he just goes off on it. I don't have that. I don't have that talent. I don't have the talent that you're saying either about like remembering the lyrics.
Oh man, I was great. I've always been great at that.
My shit is more like I start freestyling and then I end up like Action Bronson, like
Yeah.
saying those type
Saying
of sentences.
Whatever it is.
I'm drinking Manischewitz with John Stamos in
Yeah, he says the
Albuquerque.
most random
like,
shit.
what the fuck?
Sitting on a crocodile doing it's like the weirdest shit. Like, what are you talking about? Eating pasta with
I'm popping wheelies in my heelys.
I like that guy though.
Oh, one of the goats.
Accents
One of the goats. One of the goats.
Yeah.
So, talking about the box, I was on a show on Mundos. You were gone by then, but it's when I was in Columbus.
Okay.
Shout out to Jerry Jacob. Shout out to Amari. Shout out to Jose. We were the Four Elements. That was the hip hop group.
Okay.
I was the MC. Jose was the dancer, and I had 2 beatboxers.
Oh, I thought it was like land, earth, sun, like Captain
Well, it was
Planet.
it was built off of Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Captain Planet.
Captain Planet.
With our powers combined.
We are high school hip hop stars.
And we were on Mundos on the roof. There was
Yeah,
a show called The Roof. Yeah.
Wow.
And Gus, shout out to Gus. He was living in Puerto Rico at the time. And he's like, yo, everyone in the island is watching. So, yo, this is the biggest show here.
Streets are empty.
This shit
Everyone
is
is
like
home.
Everybody's home.
TRL
Crowded around.
in
Yeah.
Puerto Rico or whatever. And, bro, the fact that he's like,
That's amazing.
I was able to tell everyone, I was showing pictures of us together to people. We weren't anybody. We weren't doing anything. And all of this happened because shout out to Power 96 and shout out to
Lucy Lopez.
no.
Shit.
Well, shout out to Lucy Lopez.
Shout out to Lucy
no matter
Lopez
what.
anyway.
Shout out to
Though.
Lucy
The
Lopez.
long storied career here in South Florida.
It was DJ Def and
Nice.
DJ Zog.
Zog, yeah. He's
So-
still out
Still
there.
at it.
Still-
both of them.
still
Both
at
of them are still
Yeah?
at it.
We did a bunch of stuff with Zog in the Heat and stuff when
Yeah, he's still out
Power
there.
96 in the Heat, but that they would DJ the school parties
Of
at
course.
Columbus.
That's right.
Do you remember that shit?
Yeah,
like
yeah, the-
Beach Bash
Yeah.
and Sweet Dreams.
Beach
We had a
Bash.
pajama party, Bill, called Sweet Dreams, and we had
I get it.
a beach party.
I get
called
it.
Beach Bash.
I get it.
Yeah, you dress like you get it.
Yeah.
You know, I get it.
Like
You
you're
were
going to the
like
beach.
swim trunks and
Yeah,
shit.
there
the
you go.
beach,
But
yeah,
you weren't
yeah.
at the beach. You were like at,
Yeah.
at
There
the
you
gym.
go. You got
And
it.
then
Yeah.
they have like
you
Hawaiian,
catch it quick.
Hawaiian
You're
shirts.
good. You're sharp. You're
Hawaiian
sharp.
shirts.
I was a student council.
Yeah.
It's no problem. I know.
Yeah.
And then the pajama party. I mean,
Like a Midsummer's Night Dream. I
Pajamas,
got you.
Yeah, you got it.
I
Ah.
You got it.
I've seen the show.
so we performed at one of them
Oh my god. You have videos
while
of
these
this?
people were DJing or whatever. Someone does for sure.
Lyrical
and-
miracles,
and we
subliminals,
performed.
subliminals in your
Bro.
swimming pool.
For Sweet Dreams, I had a T-shirt, a red T-shirt. Shout out to Mr. Bill. I had a red T-shirt that instead of Big Red, like the gum, it said Big Rod.
Triple entendre. Don't even ask me how.
Yeah,
This shirt was
right.
bought at like T-shirt Factory USA in
Uh-huh.
Dolphin Mall. It was
That's
one of those
amazing.
FBI female
Yeah,
body
what-
inspector.
what-
You know,
what
can't
was it?
leave 'em.
You see in the Keys.
and the sleeves fell off.
You see in Key West, one of those shops for sure.
They're all. I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Yeah.
Shh, beach attire.
Somehow,
Big Rod.
I got my
Big Rod.
Big Rod and the boys got their first record.
How was the show? Did you guys kill it?
Somebody was
We-
walking
we-
by the studio and they heard it and they were like, "That sound, those voices."
The sounds of Big Rod and the
And he
boys.
walks in and says, "Big Rod," calling up his manager.
That was our
It's your
LLC.
cousin, Marvin Berry. Listen to this.
Oh, fuck.
We watched Back to the Future a couple of
Yep,
episodes ago.
yeah, bro. Performance went well. We crushed it.
Yeah, I could tell. No, I could tell.
No, I know you got multiple record deals after it.
And then
Why are we even doing this podcast with all the money you made?
and then
From
that was our last show.
I'm huge in Puerto Rico.
No wonder.
Oh, we hit the Puerto Rico.
No wonder Jeremy was so excited to work with you.
Obviously.
Jesus. Shout out Hollywood.
Tú no eres
Boricua.
Bad Bunny. Tú no eres Bad Bunny.
No eres Bad Bunny.
Tú no eres Bad Bunny. Shout out to Hollywood. Shout out to Hollywood. Bro, so did you have any legendary performances like that during the high school years?
No,
You didn't start music in high school then?
No.
What?
I played piano when I was young, maybe like 6 years old to like 10. When I got to middle school, I was like, fuck that. I want to just be in middle school and fuck around and play basketball and fuck around with girls. So I stopped music completely. I just listened to a lot of music, and I didn't do music in high school. And then I started writing when I was like 28, 29.
No.
Yeah, that's when I started. That's when I started with the band. My boy Tish, who I started Dream Team with, was going to school for audio engineering. And
What year was this?
2009, 2010, 2009, around then.
My guy, you're not 28 then. What are you saying?
I started when I was 28. No, I'm 30. No, 27.
Tonight on the 3 list, we do math.
Hold on. Yeah, it was 2009. So however old I was back then, 26.
You graduated 03 at 18.
I was born in 84, bro.
You were 24 years old.
No, bro. I wasn't 24 when I started then.
03.
Yeah. Then it was like
06.
2011. Sorry.
Ah.
Okay, my bad. Yeah, I was 28.
So for sure you were 28.
I was 28, yes.
That for sure.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
So that's where we're going from then.
Yeah, that's where we are. Because my
So
boy
that
was
2011, 2012 probably
Yeah.
then.
he was going to school for audio engineering at the time, and I took him home one night, and I had never been a freestyler or nothing. I was into hip hop, but I was not one to freestyle in a car or nothing like that. I just loved the music, and I was taking him home from the Grove one night. We had been drinking. I take him home, and I had a Chevy Trailblazer. For some reason, it had like a recording thing on it, so you could record like little voice memos, so you could remember. It was weird. It had like play, record, and erase on the top, like the garage buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had a record thing for some reason, whatever. So we're playing music, and he was showing me some.
This is destiny.
Yeah, and we just start freestyling in the car. I park in front of his house, I drop him off, and we're freestyling for like 15, 20 minutes. And he's like, and it wasn't that I don't know. I guess back then he's like, yo, you're not that bad. I've been making beats for school. Why don't we start fucking around? I have all the equipment for school. Let's start fucking around.
I'm not just some guy. I know what sounds good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what it was. He's like, hey, you're not bad. I'm like,
you're not bad. Says who? Says me. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyone else?
I'm in. And I was hanging out with him anyway, so it was cool. It was like, okay.
Makes sense.
So we started making music in his house, and we'd take the mic and all the equipment everywhere we'd go. So like we'd go to our boy's house, we'd have the mic and equipment, get banged up, and just start freestyling and doing shit. And that's how we started. We made like 3 or 4 songs and showing them to people. They're like, oh, it's not bad. Friends of ours, probably just being nice. And I'm like, all right, let's start making music. Like, all right, cool. He's like, all right, but if we're going to do this.
My friends don't hate it. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's who you're showing it to, at that point.
Yeah.
There's not fucking Spotify. There's nothing like that yet. And he's like, let's start making music. But if we're going to do this, I don't want to just be a DJ playing our beats and us rapping. I want to do it with a band. He was very musical, and he grew up listening to live music and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, cool. I didn't know shit about it. I didn't know anything. And a friend of ours I graduated with was Greg LeBest. His older brother, Nick, was in a lot of bands in Miami, rock bands, but he was a drummer. And we talked to him. He's like, yo, we want to start this. He's like, all right, I'll start. Let's get together and start jamming. We started jamming with him. Our first show ever was at Bayside Hut in the Key. We did 4 songs, and it was just me and Tish, Nick as a drummer, and at that point we had a DJ, Ethics. You know Ricky.
Yeah.
He was DJing, so he'd play the tracks, and Nick was playing drums to the tracks, and then us performing. 4 songs, and that was the first time I ever performed like that on stage. And from that day forward, it was like, what is this shit?
Now you're chasing
That was Dream Team.
Yeah.
That was Dream
that
Team
time.
days, yeah. And we were
And
at that
when
point
you
we
performed, you're like, you got
I got that
immediately.
Yeah. I was like, it's like true. Like you perform for the first time, you're like, I want to do this forever, And it was like that. It was like, what the fuck is this? Squad of people. We had a bunch of people out there at that time, and then we just started playing all around the city. And we played at Grand Central. We opened up for 3-6 Mafia there. We opened up for Bone Thugs.
What was? Wait a minute. Run it back. Reverse.
Yeah, yeah, that's a real thing.
What kind of a crowd does 3-6 bring out in the 305?
Fucking hip hop
Exactly
shit.
what I'm expecting.
Exactly what you're expecting.
Where the fucking
all the guys that were at the Nas and Wu-Tang concert
were there.
back. Exactly.
God damn. I can't imagine what it's like to be at a fucking show and those guys play Tear the Club Up.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, are we going to do violence now?
Yeah.
Is this what happens?
And,
are we going to rush to the bar?
And that place was dope. That place
Harmonious
was like
violence.
It was like a warehouse vibe. That place was fucking really dope. We had a lot of good shows there. Yeah, we played there a lot.
Grand Central?
Grand Central, yeah.
I love Grand Central. Bill, did you ever make it?
I've never made it to. I've heard plenty of stories about Grand Central.
Oh,
I've
wow.
never made it to Grand Central.
Yeah, we played a bunch of shows there. The stage, we opened up for De La Soul, Rakim, Uncle Luke. They used to have a bunch of like old school acts there, and we'd open up for all of them all the time. We were cool with this guy Carlos, rest in peace. He passed. We would open up for a lot of acts there, and I saw J. Cole there. Like J. Cole back in the day would do this thing called $1 in a Dream.
Yep.
So he'd do like these little concerts for $1, and the one in Miami was at the stage, and at that time we were performing there a lot. So I kind of knew people, and I kind of knew like the security guards and shit. And we got there, and it was a mob of people.
I'm sure.
And for some reason, we like snuck in one of my boys and saw him there, and fucking that was like before the come up.
Short hair, J. Cole.
Exactly.
This is fade J. Cole.
Yeah.
There was
Mr. Nice Watch.
Yes.
He performed at Live very young.
Yeah.
Also early in the game, not young, but early in the game, and he looked just like Jay.
Yeah.
Because he had a Cardinals jersey on, and he had this little like tight fro at the time that Jay kind of had his hair similar at that time. And I remember being with somebody had like literally was with me, and they're like, "That looked just like John Jay, bro. What the hell going up there?" Damn, Cole back then. That was like 2012.
Yeah. No. Don't ask me about
something like
about
that.
years now. Now I'm
stage was
confused
the
even.
spot
That all blends together.
Yeah,
early Cole.
The stage was the spot that I thought you had done the thing with Wu-Tang at.
Oh, okay.
That's where I thought it was at because I knew you had frequented that spot a lot.
Yeah.
Man,
We had like our album releases
spots.
there. Well, it was when I started. It was me and Tish. It was Dream Team, and that was like a random name. Obviously, bullshit name we came up with. We didn't think it was gonna get anything. You know, we were just like fucking around making music. We didn't think we'd be performing places and that. So it was Dream Team for a little bit, and we released like 2. They were like mixtapes. We'd do a lot of shit on like how Wayne used to do on everybody's beats. That's how pretty much we started. You know, a lot. And then we did
just using whatever you got.
Yeah, whatever we got, whatever we found, and whatever we liked. We'd spend hours just freestyling and shit in his house, in his little closet. We'd set up the mic in his closet. All his clothes was there, and just the fucking mic. And his mom was super cool with us. We'd be there till 4 or 5 in the morning. I'd wake up, go to work, go back home, back to the studio that night. That was like when we were on our little grind, you know, just like really starting. And I was starting to write, and I listened back to it now, and it's so bad compared to where I've gotten to, you know. To
This
the point,
is shit.
It's really bad, you know. But whatever. It was just like we didn't even think of anything. We were just having fun with it. So it was like we did a couple albums, Dream Team, and then after that we were like, okay, we need to first of all change his name because una mierda. And so we ended up
presumptuous. It's presumptuous.
Yeah. So we would perform the guys we would perform with. They started calling each other Problem Kids, and when we like wanted to change our like persona and everything, we were like, why don't we just that we're already like everybody was in it together. We were making music together. It wasn't just me and Tish anymore at the studio. We're going into the studios and recording with all the live instrumentation and stuff. We're like, okay, we're gonna get rid of Dream Team. We're just gonna all be Problem Kids. They're like, all right, cool. So we started creating that. We recorded 2 albums with them. We recorded one back in the day. I don't know if I can pull it up here. I don't know what year the first Problem Kids album was. Poetry in Motion. So I like the first one we did with like live instrumentation. It wasn't any beats that we made. And then after that, it was like 3 or 4 years. I'm horrible with dates. And then we came out with Caribbean Slang. That was Poetry Motion was more like our intro, and then Caribbean Slang was we were already like more polished. You know, we had been working at it more and more. And then after Caribbean Slang, we toured a little bit. We went up to we did a little tour of Florida, went to Gainesville, Tallahassee.
Where'd you play in Gainesville?
The Salt. You have no idea.
It's a little after my time. Yeah,
Four,
probably not.
maybe.
You know, were you in Midtown or were you downtown?
5 people were there.
Okay.
It was crazy.
Were you like near campus or were you downtown?
No idea.
Okay, that's fine.
No idea.
I
This
didn't expect.
place is saw.
I put you
Yeah.
on the spot.
Went to Mobile, Alabama. Nah, I don't even know Gainesville that well.
Yeah. Well, no, Gainesville isn't very big. You're either near campus or you're not. So you're either midtown, which is near campus, or you're downtown, which is like a couple of miles up the road.
Nah, I would go to Gainesville. I'd get shit faced for 3 days and come back home. And
yeah, it's pretty great, isn't it?
Yeah,
I miss Gainesville a lot.
Yeah.
I just remember going to games, people's places, and eating Gumbies.
Yeah, Gumbies.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Gumbies are
The
5-star.
pizza.
Pita Pit. That was my shit when I was
Pita Pit was that shit too. I'm going up for Canes Gators this year. It's the first time I'm back in like 10, 15 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they played them this year.
Oh, first game.
Really?
That don't work out well, huh?
Yeah, fuck. So yeah, we traveled a little bit playing, and then COVID hit. And yeah, at this point, the band, I was the youngest one in the band. So imagine, I'm 39 now. So imagine everybody was already getting married.
And Problem Kids, the majority of Problem Kids were also Dream Team or no?
No. I mean, Dream Team was really me and Tish.
Yeah.
Because remember, I told you we were like making songs on other people's beats, some of Tish's beats, but these mixtapes that we
you're
were
adding Ethics and the drummer.
Yeah, Ethics was with us
and a little bit.
Yeah, like we did a mixtape with Ethics called Inception during the time that like the movie Inception was out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Hans.
Yeah, that was like we actually have a trailer with that shit.
You should every movie should have that in the trailer.
Yeah.
Every single movie. I don't care if it's a new Shrek movie.
Yeah, yeah, we had that shit. It's pretty funny. So yeah, Ethics was part of it.
We gotta edit that. Get a Shrek right before.
Donkey, no.
Fiona. Hey, now you're an.
Rest in peace to that guy. Rest in peace to All Star guy.
Oh my
Lead
god.
singer.
Smash Mouth.
Smash Mouth. Spiky hair, right? That guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy?
Yeah, it was everybody in the late '90s had spiky hair.
Yeah.
And Soul Patch.
That's right.
And the only one that kept it is Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
No, sorry. So not the
Dream Team.
Original Dream
Yeah, Dream Team was me
going into Problem Kids.
Yeah, no, Dream Team was me and Tish only, and then we'd play with Nick. Ethics was with us for a little bit. Then Ethics started playing with us when we built the band. So we had Nick, our drummer. We had our guitarist was this guy George, this Peruvian dude. Our bassist was Joey Espinosa, Jesp, who was like an artist in Miami as well. He was doing he played with a band called Outer Reach back in the day. I wasn't big in the live music scene at that when I was growing up. I wish I would have been, because probably would have learned a little bit at that time, but I wasn't. Had seen them perform a couple of times. They performed in Gainesville a lot. And then we had our saxophone and keyboard, which is Humberto Casanova. He played in a couple bands and shit too. And then that turned into Problem Kids. That first album was with those guys. We lost George, and then we lost Jesp. We kind of like kicked them out of the band, kind of thing. They were just all over the place, really, to a certain extent. And then we ended up filling them in with these two new guys, Omar, who's my guitarist now, our guitarist, and Eddie Davis, who is a bass player. And that was the Problem Kids for the second album, which is Caribbean Slang. So we had Nick and Bert stayed on for both albums, and then guitarist and bass got changed from the first album to the second album. So that was Problem Kids with the band. It was more of a live music sound, you know?
Full sound, yeah.
Full sound. Every song was pretty much
a lot of instrumentation.
Yeah. It wasn't really like beats that we made on the computer that Tish made or something like that. It was more like a live sound.
Yeah, and at these shows too, you would also like let the beat breathe per se, because everyone have their little shine, their little solos, etc.
Exactly.
The James Brown, can the drummer get some?
100%. Again, I didn't grow up in a band, so I didn't know the importance of certain instruments, like the bass. Like, we need a bass player. I'm like, all right, I guess we need a bass player. And then you rehearse without the bass, bro, and you're there.
Another world. Yeah.
It's crazy, you know. And I didn't know anything about that. I learned on the fly. How to write music. Nobody taught me how to write music, how to write raps. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just doing it because I liked it, and I don't know.
The only writing that you did before that you mentioned was just copying.
Yes.
The words that you're
musically,
hearing
yes, exactly.
It was writing it down from your ear, like listening and then writing down. Whatever.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd go through a song and just write
before AZ lyrics or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd write them down just to like so I could memorize. That's how to memorize songs. And then I just
So
got
writing
good at
your own
memorizing.
shit wasn't until the 20s.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Later on in life, yeah. That's why the original shit is, I listen to it now, I'm just like, yo, it's so bad.
Everybody always says that. It's always funny to listen to
Yeah.
artists who are like, yeah, my early shit, it's not any good. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for what it was, you know, 'cause nobody I knew was doing music. So like, who am I gonna compare it to? I'm not
Right.
gonna compare it to, you know?
I guess that's good though. You don't really. I mean, yeah, it's always good to have like something to measure your stuff up against, but also it's got to be freeing.
For
I'm
sure.
just fucking having fun here. I'm just expressing
Exactly. But as I took it more serious, and as I'm taking it serious now, I just like, I listen back to it, I'm like, wow. But it got me to this point, I guess. So it was for a reason. But yeah, I didn't write any music. I don't have a singing coach. I've never taken a musical lesson except for piano. Yeah.
And that was 30 years ago
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. And I didn't play piano again.
You haven't taken an adult lesson, or
No.
did you get one now?
No.
later, like,
I haven't. I just
Yeah.
I figured I listen to songs that I like, and I'll put on YouTube, whatever it is, Piano Man piano tutorial, and I'll just learn it. Now you can it'll show you the piano and what to play, and that's how I learn. And from
YouTube is the most important resource we have as Americans. I think
that's the thing I watch the most.
You can literally learn how to do anything.
Anything
YouTube
you want.
University.
Anything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. Like we had somebody did the emergency release on the garage door at the house, and we looked it up on YouTube to figure out how to reconnect the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea to do that, but there's like 4 videos there of guys showing you how
Anything,
to do it.
anything you want. It's nuts.
It's crazy.
Like people tell me like, oh, I want to learn how to do something. I'm like, yeah, YouTube it. That's what I did.
I want to do open heart surgery. It's got to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
You want to make a clean cut just above the rib cage.
It is on that shit. It for sure is on YouTube. You can definitely learn. But yeah, I didn't play piano, and then later on,
That's
I had
crazy.
I know I was already doing music at this point, and I helped one of my boys. You remember Robert Hughes? Nah, whatever. He played basketball too. I was cool with him, and I was helping him move from his house. They were having like a garage sale, and we are just helping him move shit around, and there was a piano. He had a piano at his house. I'm like, at this point, I was already like into the music. I was like fully in, and I was like, "What are you gonna do with this piano?" He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna sell it." He's like, "Oh, I'll buy it from you." He's like, "No, take it. I'll give it to you." I'm like, really? It's like fucking badass Yamaha.
And a piano, not a
No,
keyboard.
no. This is a piano, like an upright, all white, like ivory
piano.
Yeah, no, not grand. Those shits are big. This is like, one of the ones you put
upright,
exactly. You put on the wall, but bro, beautiful. And ever since I got that, that's when I started playing the piano, and I can play. I can defend myself. If you don't know how to play piano, you'd think I'm fucking Mozart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not that good. But I can play a little bit. Yeah, I can tickle
the ivories.
I can tickle enough to get some people going.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's provocative.
Yeah, it's provocative.
Nobody knows what it means, but
It gets people going.
But it's helped me. It's helped me create music. I've created music with like some of my homies. Like on the album, I have a song with called "Whispers from a Muse" with this girl Milu, who's a big DJ in Miami now. She's younger, but she has a great voice too. And I'll jam on the piano, little bullshit chords, and she'll go off singing. Like if you've heard the album, the last song is called "Listen to the Silence."
Yeah, the one that has the break in between. And did you name it that because of the break?
No, I put that secret song.
Happy accident.
Yeah, I put that. I named it before that, and then as I'm creating the album, so the album took a while, and it was just like a lot of mixing and matching. I had a dry erase board in my house, and the track list was on there. There's a lot of erasing the whole track list, putting it on again. Does this fit here? Let me take this song out. A lot of that happened throughout the process. The album took about 2 years, but during that time, I had named the song "Listen to the Silence," and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna add. Back in the day, we used to have some CDs where people would, like Jay-Z has a CD. He has a secret song. If you let the song play, another song will come out. I don't know if it's like Blueprint or Blueprint 2. He has.
They do it on Watch the Throne. Illest Motherfucker Alive.
Oh yeah.
After like a 2.5 minute break.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought, you know what, that's what I grew up listening to. So I want to do something like that. So I added, which probably a lot of people don't know. They probably haven't even heard that, because nowadays a song ends and you want to go to the next one and everything's fucking next. But if you let that play, you'll hear a song of me and Milu
because we have a million options. If I hear 2 seconds of silence, I'm hammering the next
I'm
button.
out,
Let's get out of
you know.
here.
But again, I named it "Listen to the Silence." So if you do listen to the silence, you'll get a little song of, again, me and Milu at my house, just me jamming some songs and us kind of freestyling something, and her singing. She's not even saying any words, but it's just, I don't know. It's a beautiful instrument to create music, at least.
That's why I thought you named it "Listen to the Silence."
No, I named it before that, and then I added that song. That was like the latest addition to the album. There you go. Nice. That was good.
We can't play music on this podcast because it gets flagged by the artist. You know,
Yeah, that's fine.
You're gonna get an email.
So
You
if
want
you-
to sue these guys?
Stay, I ain't here for a fling.
So that's the second verse of the secret song is actually me telling the story about how I got the piano that I just told you. It's actually
Speaking to them or talking to myself, I can't remember. Shot the stars were out. The moon on the ocean was something I can't pronounce. I mean, the waves crashing, the water at my feet. It was a perfect
Second half of "Listen to the Silence."
yeah, secret song. Nobody knows about it. Not many, maybe like 3 or 4 people have told me about this.
So who's Mickey Guy?
On the listen to the site. That's him. Who is Mike Halley?
Oh, okay.
It's Mike
Wow.
Halley's Mickey Guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Shout out.
that's his artist name.
And now
This
this,
girl sings.
you and Milu.
Yeah. Random night at my house. We just record everything.
And Bill, this is...
Like, listen to her,
and she
man.
just...
She's never heard me play this. This is something I wrote, but she's never heard it. She's just going off me.
Oh, then she's an alien.
Alien. First time. This
Bill.
is just.
I'm listening. If you stop talking, I'd listen to the silence. You jerk.
So this is about me getting the piano. Watch.
You know, I played piano when I was young, and I think I stopped because I thought it was dumb or it wasn't cool when I was back in middle school. I just wanted to play ball, hang out with the crew. But after college, I started writing some music. I went to help a friend because his family was moving. And in the room was this beautiful piano, so I asked if I could have it, not knowing all the joy it would bring. Brought it over to my house. I started playing and learning and figuring it out. Some days I had it, others not so much. I spent hours hoping to regain my touch. Till one night, I was out in Carnegie Hall in front of the whole world. The crowd felt small, the stage felt right, the sound was
What?
clear. And when I finished,
That's a dream I had.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah, now I'm dreaming, which I really did have this dream.
One I never forget. Better yet, one I can't believe I remember. Sitting in this chair, running out of words, hoping I never wake up from this dream again.
Stupid.
She's crazy.
Talk to the mic, Billy. She sounds like Jill Scott.
She's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
She's like an Amy Winehouse.
Young
Yeah.
Erica Badu.
Yes. And she's freestyling. I wasn't. I had written that part.
She sounds like so many legends all in one.
She's beautiful. She's fucking
Yeah.
talented.
Yeah, we're damning her with praise here. It's like, you sound like the greatest singers I've ever heard.
Yeah. And,
Yeah, a little bit.
huh? You played a little ball. somebody sang it a little bit.
This is how she harmonizes.
Tell you all my secrets, don't say a word.
Chef's kiss.
Don't
Yeah.
say a word. Don't say
This is on my phone, so this is recording on voice notes, and I just threw it on the album. Like, fuck it.
And you just put it on the piano and you just were...
It's actually a video.
Ah.
I ripped the.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is on the album. Again, this is the last track.
Last
The
track.
second half of the last track.
Listen to this shit. She like cries. She like.
Let the song cry.
You hear me? It's me. Like.
How do you end that? How do you end
They
that?
couldn't just keep doing it, Junior. You're gonna have 2
How
hours
do
of
you end
fucking
that? How do
harmony.
you
It
end
goes
that,
longer.
bro?
It goes
no.
longer than that.
How do you end that?
My biggest, and if you listen to JBP,
Wow.
you know his biggest thing is just like, why do motherfuckers cut it off when it gets good?
I know.
Just
I
let
know.
it ride.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You just let that shit go.
But she went off. She like we started doing like some freestyle shit, and it got like happy. You know, I wanted to end it on that like soft, low, like yeah, relax. The album's done kind of thing. Because then I start going off like I start doing like some hits on the ding 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 ding, and then she starts going off and she kind of starts
pick it
rapping
back
and
up.
shit. Yeah, exactly.
It turns into the opening of Runaways.
Yeah, yeah, it's like that. But yeah, that was a random last throw in. I had wanted to do it, and I was gonna throw in another song that I actually did, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do since the album's Whispers from a Muse, kind of made sense, kind of tied it all back in together.
And you have 15 tracks
15 tracks.
on this,
Yeah,
and some of them are not like regular little like interlude things.
no way.
No. These are fillers. These
Yeah.
are packing a punch, every single one of them.
Yeah, I don't have any skits. I'm good. Yeah, I don't have any skits. There's one song that I thought was gonna be super short when I first wrote it. It's called "I See You," which is it was kind of like an interlude to kind of like break. It was more like a meditative kind of space that I was in at the time, and to break up. I mean, the whole album is kind of a story in itself, and that was kind of a break in that story. But that song ended up being like 3 minutes long, 4 minutes long. Just yeah, I don't have
I
it.
see you, and I love how you spelled it too.
Yeah,
All
I
your
wrote on
little
the beach.
messages, dog.
Yeah.
And bro, tell me about recording a song with your family, because that's the one that I could really share with my family. And
Exactly.
then we could have that moment. And
Yeah.
I'm sure making it, you had that intention and everything.
100%.
And the fact that it's probably hitting and you're seeing it like in full fruition,
Yeah.
because now both sides are involved, right? The older generation or the
Exactly.
one that doesn't speak English or it's not their first language, etc. Now you have this 7 Mile bridge,
Yeah.
but it's just mira, right here.
Yeah.
Right here. A passing of the baton back and
Mhm.
forth. Tell me how that was though, because I can imagine emotional, not just for you, but like your family.
Yeah.
And then it's Pops, right?
Yeah.
Reliving his story and
Yeah.
everything.
His trauma, his story, yeah.
And the rawness and the authenticity of it, I love it so much. Thank you.
Salud.
I love it so much. The fact that it even starts off with Pops with the little
cough. Yeah.
testing, you know,
Yeah.
like what, like
Yeah, he wanted to take it off too. He wanted to take it off. He wanted to take that part off because obviously, he doesn't. But I like those little things, even in my other songs.
nuance.
Yes, I like hearing things in the background, hearing me. I do it a few times in the album, where I laugh and shit at the end of
Yeah.
a song or something. But
like ad libs per se. Like
yes,
you have that,
but like exactly no ad libs like they're meant to be in there. You know.
there you go. Bill.
Testing.
This is Pops.
Shit's hard.
El salir de Cuba en agosto de 1966
Boom.
no solo representó emprender la vida de exiliado con mi familia, pero ver las cosas de otra manera.
The whole
Yo
story.
solo era un niño de 11 años y aunque había crecido bajo un gobierno totalitario, también como el niño al fin, veíamos las cosas de otra manera, sin saber que nuestros padres sufrían al diario solo por darnos una vida con dignidad y algo de felicidad.
Yeah.
I love that.
Goosebumps, bro.
I love that. I lost my pops.
Goosebumps.
I fucking
Rest in
respect
peace.
that. That's fucking tough.
Yeah.
I love that. I like the clear in the voice, man. That's like fucking Wayne flicking his lighter right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Same shit.
It was beautiful. That was a beautiful moment.
Now he needs to do it every time.
Yeah, I
he
know.
does anything.
Yeah.
He needs to do the
You need to
testing and
open
the
up every
cough.
album. You open up every album with
Yeah.
your pops talking, telling a story.
Yeah, I wrote that. I knew I wanted to make a song. I was super close to my grandfather. I told you guys he used to pick me up every Saturday morning, take me to breakfast, but like he would pick me up from school, take me to games and stuff like that. So I wanted to make something in his honor for sure, because I know he would have loved to hear me and to see me perform and to hear my music, because he was a big music guy too. So I wrote the song, and I knew I wanted my dad to say something. So I just asked him, said, "Look, I want you to get on a song with me. Just write a poem about your experience leaving Cuba. He's like, all right. This was a while ago. So he wrote it. He told me, hey, I wrote something. I was like, oh, cool. Just hold on to it and we'll figure out what we're going to do with it. And then one day we went to their house and I'm like, hey, I want to get you guys together. I want to record at the house. I want to record the song that I did that I want you guys to get on. And I had maybe like that week before we were in the studio, I was doing my verses and a friend of mine showed up, this guy Alex, who had made music with before. He's on some of my songs. He's actually on Prime. His name's for sure, Alex Fernandez. He had to come by and like, yo, I'm at the studio recording something. Come by and just talk some shit with us. You can chill here. So I was recording my verses, and I told him, okay, there were spaces in the song, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have my dad spit the poem here, here, and here. He's like, I have an idea for a hook. So he actually came up with the melody of pretty much the whole con nosotros no se juega, that part.
Mm-hmm.
He came up with that whole part. I came up, I think, with the last 2 lines of that whole thing. And I wasn't even planning to have my whole other family singing that part. And then when I wrote that, I'm like, okay, I know what I want to do. I'm gonna have the whole fam just sing this, like a chant. You know, we had thought about getting a choir, a kids choir, but at that point, just shit's a mission to do stuff like that. So we set up a date to This is one of my fuck. That shit's hard.
It's a audio podcast. We have thrown up one of Marti's videos here on YouTube.
One of the break.
This is a break bread freestyle. Is this what it's called?
Yeah.
And where did you shoot this?
We gotta get into the break.
Yeah, we gotta get right into
break. I
shot
a special thing.
Yeah, I shot this one at Chugs. But real quick, back.
Shout out.
Yeah,
shout
Mike.
out Chugs.
Yeah, my
Mike
dog
Beltran.
Mike. The legend. Guy has like 47 restaurants.
And Ariette Hospitality Group and all 47 restaurants.
Yeah, guys killed it. I did at Chugs and at Ariette. And I shot some piano videos at the Gibson, which is on Coral Way.
And shout out to just became the homie, Nicholas Jimenez, that works directly with
guy.
Chugs and records all the stuff. So
yeah.
Shout out to Nick.
Yeah, Nick. I did
Buena gente.
Yeah, we did. We shot a video at El Vecino, which is their cigar bar.
Yep.
Yeah, we shot a video out there a few months ago.
He let me know, like, he's like, yo, if you want to do anything at any of these spots and whatever, like,
he's a man. He's a man. Buenísima gente. Nick,
Chug's always been
for
super
sure.
buena gente too, Mike. Yeah. So yeah, bro. Shout out.
Love those guys.
Before we get too far away from it, the 2 things that will suck me into a song and keep me around longer than any, even if I don't like the artist, maybe if I don't even like the genre, is a piano solo or a guitar solo.
Yeah.
like a John Mayer bluesy guitar solo, not like a fucking Eddie Van Halen.
Exactly.
Which is also really awesome.
Yeah.
But fucking,
there's moments for that.
Yeah.
John Mayer.
I heard that. Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
No. That is
and
it.
He's the white guy.
No,
this is what's funny.
If you're friends with me, you know there's a running gag in my life where it's John Mayer. And I don't give a fuck what his name is. It's John Mayer.
And then he switches the other one all the time. Do you want an Oscar Mayer wiener?
Oscar Mayer?
Do you know the coach Urban Mayer?
John Mayer.
Yeah, John Mayer.
I made him a Jewish kid.
Love that.
I made him a Jewish kid from Connecticut.
Yeah, the guitar. So I mean, Omar, the guitars in our band is ridiculous, and I'll let that guy wail.
Just go, man. Just go, and I'll just fucking sit back here and watch it. It's all good.
Yeah, like our rehearsals, we have set things, you know, where we know where things are gonna be, and you know, timing and stuff. But for solos, I'm like, do your thing. Don't worry about me. I don't want to hear myself rap that much. Trust me. And I know these people that are
people
here.
People are gonna be sick of this shit, man.
They don't want to hear me rap. They do, but they don't. Like, I don't want to hear myself that much. Go off. If you want to keep going, I know we have it set for 24 bars. If you want to go 36, whatever it is, keep going. Like, I love that shit. I just love being up there and watching these guys. Like, it's just look at each other and they're just jamming and they're all right. One look of the eyes, they already know where they're going. It's crazy. These musicians.
To have that chemistry.
Yes.
Like, even like on the basketball court, per se, or like on the football field, you know, with a quarterback and a receiver or something like that. Like, I have that.
Oh, yes.
I love hip hop. You look extremely aggressive in these videos. It's just like
this one,
the angriest guy in the world right here.
Yeah, this one I'm trying, everybody. And in the background is my boy Omar on his phone there, who's my best friend since 2nd grade. And that wall is our friend Fred, who passed away. And that's the reason I did it there. And that was like the last video we shot of 2023. And I wanted to do it there. And yeah, it's this song. And this is actually 2 songs in one. But we kind of like shot it. We started like low. And if you notice, like the screen is opening up as I'm going.
Yeah.
Let's
it
tell
was a
the-
super like
let's tell the people
widescreen tight
who
shot.
can't see it. It's ballistic. What was it?
Ballistic Vandals and
Ballistic Vandals.
and no excuses allowed. Yeah.
And this is all on YouTube. You can
Yeah,
check
this is all
out
on YouTube.
as you're listening
Drake
to us now.
Red Button freestyle.
It is a Drake Red Button freestyle.
Co-star Omar Murray of Velos Design Works.
Yeah.
Shout
Shout
out
out Velos.
Omar.
That guy's
and
crushing. Yeah.
Velos.
If you're into cars and you don't go to Velos or you don't even ask Omar, you should, because that guy knows what he's doing.
Is that a $400 Dolphin starter jacket right there?
That is my brother's wife's jacket, actually, and
It's
I
fire.
borrowed it, and it is fucking fire.
That is fine.
Yeah.
I don't even like the Dolphins, but do I have the Jets version of it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it my old man's? Yep.
Yeah.
Is it cool now again because we changed the logo back to that logo?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is what you said in the last episode.
Yeah.
that if the Dolphins should do anything,
Yeah,
is
yeah,
listen to
Listen to
your dumb owner or
Yeah.
whatever.
My
and
owner
look
is a
at what's
jackass who won't change the field and keeps getting people injured, but at least he went back to the 1980s uniforms, which we all love.
Of course, so you
And
look good at least.
Every single year, the Dolphins wear their throwbacks. Everyone's like, these should be the uniforms.
Yeah.
And then every single year, they're like, we're wearing them twice.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that.
People hate money sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stephen Ross, notorious money hater.
Yep. Fucking guy. But yeah, that
Right
jacket's
under your
hard. I
nose.
still have it too.
That's a hard jacket.
I gotta give it back to
Also,
her.
there's no chance, even though this was the end of 2023, there's no chance it was cold enough to be wearing that with the hoodie. Were you sweating balls doing this?
Sweating like a fucking animal.
Because it was
But I'm
not
a-
55 degrees
No
outside.
way.
All for the shot. And
jackets
your
just look
pants
so
and
dope.
Yeah. No.
One of my boys tries me all the time on Instagram. He's like, "You're wearing another fucking jacket? It's 150 degrees in this
It's
place."
the look, man. I get it.
It's the
I
look,
get
yeah.
it. You
That
gotta
one
have
I'm
a-
wearing two.
You
That
gotta
one
have a hoodie.
I'm wearing like like a runner's jacket under that hoodie. I don't know. But when I now it's more of that shot was just like a straight shot. This one I'm more walking, you can see it more. But
And you got the forces on again.
yeah, I rock the force.
You stay wearing forces all the time.
They're just for everything. And
Is that your number one go-to? Like that's your Mr. Rogers?
no, I'm not.
You come home and you open up and you take
I'm
off
ju-
your Air Forces
No,
and put on
I
Air
don't.
Forces.
No, I like to wear them, but no, I'm an Air Max guy. I'm an
Yeah,
Air
shout
Max.
out.
Yeah,
I'm recently back into the game with the Air Max 1.
Yeah, I'm an Air Max
bought
1 guy.
Well,
Three
you-
of those
you-
suckers in the last year. I bought 3 pair.
yeah.
I'm just like, and now every time I go to the outlet or wherever, I'm looking for those.
Me too.
That's my first go-to before I even start looking for Jordans or whatever.
Yeah, I rock these a lot just because they're white and they're easy to clean too. These things you throw on the fucking scrubble bubble shit and
That's it.
And
Yeah.
they're some of the
And I-
most classic kicks.
exactly. Yeah, I like
Shout out to
one. I like
Nelly.
ones. I like
Nelly and his Air Force Ones.
Jordan ones. I like Air Force. I mean Air Force ones. Damn, Air Max ones. I guess I'm a ones guy.
I was selling.
You're an
sneakers.
original.
I was
Yeah.
selling sneakers back in like 99 to 01. Or actually, that's bullshit. 97 to 99, and that was at the height of like the Uptown phase of the Air Force One with the bubble swoosh instead of the ones like that was. But that was also back when they were $69. And the girl I used to work with, my manager at the time, Marta. Shout out Marta. I don't know if you're out
Marta.
there,
Love
but
you.
Cuban girl, and she used to be like, "You get a scuff on your Air Force Ones, you throw them shits out and buy some new ones."
Yeah.
I lived under that for like 2 years before I realized
Yeah,
how
that was-
wasteful it was. But I must have went through 4 pairs that weren't that bad.
That was
But
the
I was just
thing.
like, Martha was just like, "Get rid of them shits and buy some new ones. It's $69. I know how much I'm paying you." She's like, "They're not foam posits. Get some fucking air."
Yeah, right.
And I was a mid top. I'm a mid guy.
Okay.
I want the Velcro strap and the whole deal.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the lows, but yeah, it's amazing to me how they've come back around and now like they're like a status symbol for like white girls,
Yeah.
like teenage white girls, but they're beat the fuck. They're
yeah,
not.
yeah.
They're not crispy.
No,
now.
they're not.
They
They
are
don't like that.
They want them
said
beat.
They want them
gentrified
beat
it.
up. Yeah.
white girls have gentrified the fucking
gentrified
Air
the
Force
Air
Ones,
Force One.
100%.
And it's them like
They keep their dunks.
shuffling at music festivals
That's
it.
in Air Force Ones.
They
like,
keep their dunks and their Jordan 1s clean, but their Air Force Ones they fuck up.
beat
Yeah.
them the fuck up.
And I can hear Fat Joe in the back of my head going, "Oh, clown her."
Wait, so
Clown her.
that's what I was going to ask you. You always make a reference about someone buying 2 pairs of Air Force Ones.
It's Fat Joe and Jimmy Jones from Diplomats.
Oh, Jim
It's
Jones.
always like gotta buy 2.
Saw that guy
he's
got in
by
a fight.
You got to fight on an escalator.
That shit was
What a
crazy.
maniac.
Some old guys too. He was fighting like he
Yeah,
looked old.
They were turning around popping shit at him. He just fucking jumped him.
Yeah, on an escalator.
I don't think I could fucking get into a fight on an escalator. Like I need to have some fucking stability, man. Like,
Yeah.
you're just fucking falling down the goddamn
That
escalator.
shit was wild. Yeah, yeah.
Hey
yeah.
man, Diplomats, it's just real.
Fuck yeah.
Again, I love authenticity in music.
Dipset.
Dipset.
Yeah.
You want to talk about ears for beats? Like there are certain MCs that are just like I'll just bar you to death, and the beats are secondary, or I'm looking for good stuff, but I'm not really. It doesn't really matter. Jay-Z doesn't really care. Like he gets the best shit from Timberland, but he doesn't really care. He'll just bar you to death. And then there are some guys out there that are like, the beat is everything, and no one's gonna listen to me rap if I don't have these beats. And the fucking Diplomats and French Montana are at the top of that fucking list. Those dudes are like, we need the beats.
We need the fire beats.
I was gonna ask you, what were you gonna say about Cameron? Because that's
Cam. I used to get on about Cam back when I was younger and idealistic and stupid. I used to be like, if you couldn't rhyme, like I couldn't waste my time with you. I was like, yo, Cameron is garbage.
Yeah.
Like even though he was making just banger after banger after banger, it was like the dude was out there. If he would get stuck on a verse, he would just start making noises.
Yeah.
He would just be like, he was like, pull out the scoop, boop de whoop de whoop. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? This is bullshit. Aren't you friends with Mace? Have him help you on this.
That's amazing.
Like, I'm going to Uchiwali. I'm going to fly to Bali.
Mace was at church by then.
Doing?
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Now he's a podcaster with Cam.
And they just got picked up by somebody. They hit it. Us podcasters living the dream is to have some gambling company be like, here, you want us to pay $1 million to be on our podcast network? They just got picked up.
Nice.
Not a betting podcast.
Not
are they
a betting podcast? I think they got picked. No, I think they got picked up by I don't want to say Bill Simmons, but it might have been Bill Simmons.
What?
I think they might be on Ringer. That's probably
wrong. Can we get a Panthers update?
I was gonna try to avoid that. We got lads. We got smoked.
Really?
5-1 final.
Oh.
We got our asses kicked. I don't know if people watching on the video, if they're paying attention, will notice me looking at my phone and making faces because every time I picked it up, they scored again. I'm like, oh my god. I would say that is a rest versus rust situation. The Panthers have been off for a week because they swept their turn.
This is game one.
This is game one, and the Bruins played a game 7 2 nights ago.
Okay.
So they're still sharp.
Yeah.
The Panthers are not sharp.
5-1.
5-1.
Who's got home ice?
Panthers.
We
lost at home tonight in Fort Lauderdale in Sunrise.
Oh, look, I didn't even I don't have a cue or anything, but this just went to a tiny desk.
Yeah.
And
I love that shit.
I think I had mentioned you would sound great.
I would love to do it.
You would sound great in a tiny desk.
Yeah, I would. I like this type of show. Like I like the performing on stage and hype and getting hype and shit, but I like this dumbed down, like very acoustic, very unplugged, MTV unplugged type.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm very into that, and I love this shit. I watch this all the time.
Not to blow sunshine up our ass, but the studio for Tiny Desk reminds me of the Stew.
Yeah.
The Stew is.
You should do it here.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh.
I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna say, you should fucking do it here.
Bring the crew and do it.
We'll put a bunch of egg crates up. It'll be great
vibe for you.
All right, I could do that actually. Could work.
And honestly, we can move around the seats and whatever, and post you up wherever you want.
All right.
And then the band.
Let's talk.
Because rapping and performing in front of like random tchotchkes is the thing.
It's
apparently,
the thing
that's what it's and nobody has more random shit than we do.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
you have good music, random shit too.
It all means something to us, but it doesn't mean anything
for sure.
to some people who are flipping past.
Well, I mean,
but that's all that matters.
When they're looking at this, it means something to Bob Boylan and other people at NPR.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it's fine.
I love the amount of hip hop that's been on NPR or that's been on Tiny Desk lately. It's
also only the ones that can do it.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
because that's a very specific thing, which is why I said I can see you do it.
Oh, I could do it 100%, and I would love to.
But yeah, these artists. Oh, Bill, which one's been your favorite so far of these comebacks now?
Scarface.
Yeah, that's one of the best ones ever.
He's the most underrated MC of all time.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
It's funny. He's like everybody's favorite.
He's everybody's favorite, but he's never mentioned.
Never in the top.
Yeah,
you're right. But when
he's the top 5 of the not.
But when you ask the top 5 who their favorite is, he's in there.
Your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
Exactly.
He's on that list.
Yeah. Face. God bless Face.
Who's on that list then?
Who?
Let's speak on behalf of other.
Who's on that list?
Legendary.
I think for a while,
MCs.
Andre was on that list of people who were like, everyone loved Outkast, but nobody really realized that fucking Andre was just
some other
killing alien, and then he started doing features, and when he would do a feature and just murder whoever he was with, it was just like,
all right.
But who is a rapper's rapper? I mean, you're better at speaking to me. I'm just a guy.
Boom, you got Scarface on the list.
Yeah,
that's That's automatic.
Yeah,
there.
I'm trying to think. I need a list.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some visual stimulus here.
Yeah.
Thanks to good old Spotify.
Rapper. I mean, old school.
Think about the people that are like, oh, you always forget to put on the list.
I mean, he's on a lot of people's list, but Rakim is like one of the.
Yeah.
He's older, but
he's in my top 5.
he's a fucking.
Yeah, I mean, for a long time, Rakim was the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
I got Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane, Cool
Wow.
Mo D.
Rakim, Slick Rick.
I saw Slick Rick the other day here.
Eminem.
There's like 40 people at
But
that
but
concert,
M's not
man.
gonna.
Yeah.
Oh, you just didn't give your top.
No,
five.
I didn't give my top 5.
I was gonna say M's not sneaking up on anybody.
one
Nobody's
more,
forgetting
one
that Eminem can rap.
Oh, and Guru.
Yeah, shout out Guru. Rest in peace.
Fire.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Gangstar, Guru.
Yeah.
Primo.
You know what? Gangstar, obviously, the fucking tops. Guru's Jazzmatazz records.
Oof.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude, I thought
insane.
I was the snootiest, like the most underground motherfucker in the world because I was listening to Jazzmatazz. I think anybody that shit was getting played on the radio, but I used to wear that shit out.
That shit's beautiful.
Steph got me that record.
Really?
Like when we first started dating, she's like, "This is one of my favorite
That's when you knew.
albums of all time." Blah blah blah. She fucking got me the vinyl,
Wow.
which I have it away from the rest of the collection.
Uh-huh.
I have 2 records away from the collection. They're both from her, and that was that's when I knew. Yeah,
I couldn't remember it, but
signed, sealed, delivered.
He's
Shout
got
out Stevie.
he's got the track on there with the girl from Groove Theory. The trust me, I want you, baby, I want you, baby, I want. Oh my god.
I think
he's got the French dude on there, MC Solar, Le Bien, Le Mal. That was the shit. That was the shit. MC Solar rapping in French. Like, I don't know what any of this is. That was hot. Damn. 93 that record came out. Whew,
Really?
put me in the ground.
When?
93.
Yeah,
She's nice.
I listened to that later on in life.
Shout out to the
Yep,
Marlins.
Yeah.
Born.
Yeah.
Um,
Trying to think what my favorite Gangstar record is. It's probably Hard to Earn, right? Am I wrong about that?
Jadakiss is a rapper's rapper. By the way.
Jadakiss is the rapper's rapper. That
Jadakiss,
is
that's a
a
good
great
one.
call.
I
That
thought of it
is a
because
great call.
he has a song with Guru, Right Where You Stand. This fucking banger.
Mhm.
Yeah, but yeah, Jadakiss is very underrated, and you saw it in the verses when he destroyed.
Oh my god,
Dipset.
that's the thing. That's the
Bully Dipset, and we all knew that was coming.
Yeah,
Come on.
but goddamn, that was like a masterclass.
Who's the best MC in is it Jules in Dipset?
Probably
It's Cam.
or Cam? Yeah,
But it's just
I'm
like
not. I like Cam, but I don't know. Like you say, I don't know. Growing up, he grew on me. He had
Absolutely.
he had a few bangers, but I wasn't. He has a few songs that I like, but
and then he had the beef with Jay for a couple of tracks, and then
Jay's a fucking beast.
Just you're gonna lose.
Yeah, you're gonna lose.
A force.
A force.
Is
I wonder if Jay's
where's Cassidy?
Woo! I was huge Cassidy guy growing up.
Because that's why.
I was a huge Cassidy guy growing up.
Shout out Eder. Shout out my brother Eder. CASSIDY. The amount of times I heard that shit come from him.
He was nasty, and he had some good beef songs too during that time. He was like
Yeah.
beefing Freeway and
yes,
these
Freeway
guys.
is a rapper's
Freeway's
rapper.
Freeway's a rapper's rapper.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, there's some good underground there. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Little Dicky is a rapper's rapper.
He can spit.
Dicky can spit.
He's crazy.
He's got a song on his first album called The Antagonist.
Fire.
That shit goes, and that's like Rapid Run. That shit goes
Yeah.
for like 8 minutes. It's fucking
And he
sick.
has some of the hardest freestyles, like I don't know if it's Sway or Tim Westwood. I don't know what he's
I think it's Tim Westwood.
He goes off.
Yeah. Well, my favorite shit is he's on the cover of the Freshman of the Year, or whatever, XXL, and it's all just dumbass rappers and him. And he's just like, and it's like you're looking at this album and you're like, okay, one of these people doesn't stand out. It's not the reason. And then they do the cipher,
Yeah.
and it's just like the other guy just looking back at themselves. It's like, oh shit,
This guy,
like this white boy is barring the shit out of us right now.
Yeah, he can spit.
There's been a lot of good ciphers
talented,
in the past. Obviously some Dunkaroos or whatever, but some super solid ones that we could.
I discovered on the ciphers Snow the Product.
Yeah.
On one of those, and I celebrate her entire catalog. And
I don't even know who that is.
Dude, she's a Mexican girl
Snow?
from LA.
Really?
She goes back and forth between English and Spanish. She's fucking awesome.
Snow
And
the
she's
Product.
Snow the
Snow the
Product
Product.
because you can't just be Snow because
Yeah,
that
of
name's
course.
taken.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Canada.
like the 300th time we brought up Snow at this one.
Informa.
Yeah.
But
Black
yeah,
Dot
she's
was-
sick.
Boom, boom,
She's
down.
on one of those. Every year, the best part of the BET Hip Hop Awards is the Cipher.
For sure.
And it's just, I used to look forward to that like crazy. And she was on one of those.
Black Dot. We did talk about Black Dot.
Oh,
I mean,
my God.
Rapper. If there's anybody,
Joe Budden says Black Dot's
KRS-One or something.
yeah,
you know,
no, that's classic.
it's
Um,
people that are in a separate class.
Yes,
like that,
yes.
Yeah. Because Black Dot,
Black Dot's Funk Flex recently. I don't know how recent
the
it is.
10-minute one that
yeah. Where he's just showing
Dog,
off.
are you fucking kidding me? I heard that for the first time.
Speaking YouTube University, that's
Yeah.
Hip Hop University on YouTube University.
Yes.
Go watch that shit.
Go watch it multiple times because you're not gonna catch everything the
No,
first time.
no.
Because you're just gonna be like, "What did he just say?" You're gonna miss that. And bro, ridiculous.
I'd be remiss if I didn't shout out Wale, and I should probably go back and do
Oh,
my
I
top
love
five.
Wale
that's,
too.
that's one of
Wale's
your
in my top
guys.
five.
That's one of
Wale's
your
because
guys.
he does so much soul
Yeah.
like crossovers,
Yeah.
like the matrimony with Usher, the shit he did with the
Lotus Flower
yeah,
too.
Lotus Flower Bomb.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Miguel.
I got to go back and say Wale's in my top five.
Miguel's fire. Mac, damn, rest in peace, Mac. Mac was a G too.
I came to Mac late. I came to Mac after
Yeah?
he passed. Yeah,
Same exact thing, and
Wow.
it breaks my heart too
Yeah.
because I was ignorant as fuck. You know, I was younger at the time too,
Yeah.
so I probably just looked at Mac and I'm like, "Oh, this
Yeah,
kid's an
white boy,
idiot." or
yeah.
Another white
whatever, like, this
boy.
kid, yeah,
Yep.
like,
I liked him. That shit.
and he's literally at the top of my bring back list.
Yeah, right.
If I could bring back anyone,
Yeah.
like there's so much that I would have loved to hear from him. Someone said some shit like, imagine like him and Amy Winehouse. Super random pairing,
Would have been
but
beautiful.
these like young ones that we lost and whatever.
That's
and
gonna
yeah,
be fucking me and Milu.
He has one of the best tiny desk concerts ever.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah,
that,
that-
Yeah,
it's
it
a
was,
Simpsons picture of him in it too.
Uh-huh.
Like everything about it. Like,
Yeah,
just
that's
his
just like
entire
you can,
essence.
and he passed not long after that.
Yeah.
You can just tell, like, you looking back on it now, you're like, damn, fucking, it's powerful, it's emotional. You can see the emotion in his
He's
eyes.
carrying a lot.
Yeah, he's carrying a lot.
yeah. For me, it was Mac and Nip.
Yeah.
I
Nip
wasn't too heavy. I fell out of the West Coast because I invested so much of my youth in the West Coast.
Yeah,
So when I grew up a little bit, I was like, I was gonna stay on my side, and because I couldn't hear
You were
anymore.
tired
I
of
couldn't
going
hear
all
more.
the
I
way
couldn't
back
hear,
and forth.
I just
Yeah.
couldn't hear any more of like Dre style beats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we all enjoy, like, if Dre puts out an album of beats, you're gonna fucking listen to it no matter who's rapping over it, whatever. But then the entire West Coast became that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'm good. Let's rap over old jazz solos. Let's do that shit. So I
Yeah.
got to Nip real late, like
Yeah.
really late. Like I hated myself for getting to it so late. And then he actually, this is stupid, but he's prominently featured on GTA 5 because it takes place in LA. So there's a lot of Nip on the soundtrack. So I during COVID,
Went off on
I
him.
dove
Yeah, yeah,
real
he's-
deep. So yeah,
he's sick. Victory Lap album. I think the last one he put
it was
out
the last record,
fucking
yeah.
beautiful too.
Yeah.
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
I want to go back to the family track.
Oh, yes,
speaking
yes,
of
yes, yes.
masterpiece, because who's on the chorus of that?
The chorus is
Because you have several family members.
yeah, is my
the
mom.
chorus is a "We Are the World" moment over here.
Yeah, it's a
of his
Cuban. The
family,
Cuban "We
or-
Are the World." So it's my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my brother's wife, my sister's husband, and my little sister, who
Yeah,
was in the.
'cause you
in the
hear
book.
the little girl voice.
You hear the little
just,
girl voice, exactly, a little bit in it, and yeah, that was done purposely. I wanted her to kind of stick out, and when she hears that now, it's crazy. Her her eyes light up
Mm,
in the car. Like I'll take her to school a couple days a week, and she was like, "What song do you want to hear?" I want to hear the song. Okay, cool. We'll put it on Farito, and she knows it, and she'll sing the hook. She didn't really know it, but she knew, you know, she heard the melody, and she was singing it with her. She's not really singing it, but she's singing it. And so it's all of us all together. We kind of have videos of it. We're just like kind of behind. We set up the mic in the middle of the living room. We're kind of behind the couch, all of us, and we kind of have the lyrics on the TV, and we're just singing it with us. And my dad too. That night, he didn't know. Yeah, he didn't know he was gonna say the poem. And so we set up the mic and everything. We set up in the house. I'm like, yeah, I want you to recite the poem that you wrote. He's like, what? Like, yeah, recite the poem. And he was like, kind of in shock, you know. But I didn't want to tell him before to have him thinking too much about it. You know,
it
I
gets
wanted
in
him,
his head then.
exactly. You know, especially if you're not used to being on a microphone. It's intimidating. especially to like recite music and like kind of like show emotion and all that. It's intimidating at first. So I didn't want him to know and to be thinking about it before. So I told him. He read it himself. He's like, okay, let me read it real quick. Read it a few times, and then he got in there, and I think he did it twice. He did it once, and okay, we got the levels of everything, and then the second time is the time you hear. He did it all the way through without messing up. Yeah, and he spit a couple things longer, and we kind of cut things because obviously you have to cut it to the music, because the music was already there. We knew where we wanted the hooks, and we just cut it in certain locations, and man, that was a special moment. First time I've ever recorded with like my whole family on a song, and them being on a song it was crazy.
A lot of artists can't say that, period.
Exactly.
Like in their entire careers,
Yeah.
let alone like when you're doing your solo album like this.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and it's an emotional song. So I released the album February 29th, and March 2nd we performed at Carnival on the Mile, and they performed it with us. And that's the first time I've been on stage, and I couldn't get through my first verse, got like just choking up crying on stage. First time ever. And I performed a lot of times. I don't know how many, but I performed enough times where
I shouldn't break down
there
crying.
there could be a moment at some point, I've played and I've performed some emotional songs before, but it just got to me at that point, and like people in the crowd. I'm not one. I don't like wearing. I don't know. I don't wear glasses on stage. I just like look at people's eyes when I'm performing. I don't like to just. I don't know. I like to see people and like kind of like feel what they're feeling, and they kind of give me energy on stage. And during that song, I was seeing like older generation people, like old ladies crying. And then after the show, after I got off stage, I'm just saying what's up to everybody, and like that, my parents' friends that I had never met before. He's like, "Hey, I want to tell you thank you for that. Like I went through that. Your dad's a year older than me. He was telling me I went through that at 10 years old, and
wow,
yeah, it was like it was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment for sure. That song is it's a special one for me. Probably the most special song ever.
Did you do the whole album at that Carnival?
I didn't. I did a few songs, and I haven't performed again since then. I kind of wanted to let people listen to the album, kind of figure out the songs, memorize the songs, see which ones they like, and then I'm gonna do an album release soon with probably more extensive. I did some old songs. I did a lot of break breads actually at that show, and I did maybe like four from the album: Farito, Jacuzzi Moon, Whispers from a Muse, Show and Tell. I think that's all I did from that album, at Carnival on the Mile.
And what's the line from the album that I had written to you? I forgot which song in specific. But talking about like my something will live on forever, or
damn, what was it?
I wrote something about like talking about my name will live on forever or something, and then I had said like, now that you included your family.
Oh, yes.
Now they're
hold on.
Also will
I gotta
live
go
on forever. No, it was a crazy review. Or
it was on an Instagram review you gave me.
I'm just thinking about that because of the.
Those are the realest ones.
He gave me like 4 paragraphs for each song.
That's crazy.
Because it was like a live thing happening.
Yeah. He was like listening to
it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Like live, and I'm like, okay, holy shit! I need to hit him up.
Instagram is relentless when it comes to editing. You have to be so fucking close, because it'll post that shit when you're not even looking.
Yeah.
I'm halfway through a sentence.
Gone.
It will.
Now I have 2 options: leave it up half-assed or delete it and start again.
Let me see. Is it Show and Tell? I don't know.
It was the line that you said in the song, and it was like something like, now I'll live forever. I'll live forever in the song. I'll live forever in the song.
I know so many lyrics. I have so many lyrics. I live forever through this song. I live forever. Yeah, I think it's Show and Tell.
And I had written like saying like the fact that from that song, but then you include your family in the other song.
Yeah.
Farito, and then now mentioning your little sister, like her hearing it, right?
Yeah.
And then now forever, she's gonna go back to this moment
for sure.
Like just like, oh, that was me. Yeah. That was me. That was like as the older she gets, like that was me when I was a little kid.
Exactly. And even now the song, the Power Love Hour, I mentioned her like car ride singing with Dulce, like something frozen in time, because we listen to Frozen a lot in the car. She loves that movie. So I say that line before. I wish I could be frozen in time, like car ride singing with Dulce. And she hears that, and she's like, her eyes light up. It's so fucking
All the
cute.
keywords or whatever that
Exactly.
she'll hear.
Yeah.
It's funny. Shout out to JC with him today. He was mentioning that his son, Braden, he's a little over a year, that they showed him the wedding video for the first time and that he's recognizing people in it. I was the
Really?
officiant at the wedding. So then he sees me and he's like, Tio?
That's amazing.
Tio? And he's like, yeah, that's Tio.
Yeah.
And then he'll like start naming other people. He sees Tia, Abu, you know,
Uh-huh.
like all, and it's crazy like having them associate all
sure.
of this and happening live in front of you too. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm seeing this
And-
baby dinosaur be born here and right in
Yeah.
front of me. Like, this is
Crazy.
magical.
Yeah.
So a little bit ago, you just mentioned the break bread
Yes.
freestyles, and I said I wanted to touch upon
Yeah,
that
I
because
want to touch on that too.
that was one of my favorite things to see come out from your side of things, and production wise, so fucking fun.
Yeah, that shit's
And
amazing.
then what I meant, what I mentioned earlier about you being all about the tribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You're
a
including your favorite places with your favorite faces.
Yeah.
And like, just speak on that because I don't know how many you did. I don't know when it started, but some of my favorite places, and I recognize a lot of these faces in
Yeah.
there too, and
Yeah.
a lot of my favorite faces too. So, yeah. When did it start? How did it start?
Yeah, it started. I went to dinner with. So I had done a couple of videos with Mike Russell before. I had done like Blowback, All Vibes No Lies. Who actually Milu produced All Vibes No Lies. She was going to school too for audio engineering, and that was one of her first beats that she made. So we had done some videos with Mike, and then we kind of had a little hiatus. He ended up had a girlfriend. They were working on some other shit, and we lost contact for a little bit. And then he broke up with her, and he hits me up. He's like, "Yo, let's go to dinner. I want to talk to you, whatever." I'm like, all right, cool. We went to dinner, and we're at dinner. And we're talking. He's like, "I want to start shooting some videos. I want to get back into it, this and that." And I know he knew I've been starting to like do some of my solo stuff. I'm like, all right, cool. And I was like, look, I have this idea. Had a bunch of like, not, but like just freestyles or stuff that I had written to songs that I liked. I like to just write. If I hear a Kendrick song, a Cole song, I have a Benny the Butcher one. You know, if I just hear a song that I like and I get inspired, I'll write to it. And I just had a bunch of these songs that I thought were good. And I was like, I should use this for something. I shouldn't just leave them here. You know, I was getting to a point where I wanted to put my stuff out. I was tired of like, as an artist, a lot of us, like at least artists that I talk to, hold stuff in there. I don't think it's good enough. And I got to a point where I was like, fuck that, I don't care. I know it's good enough, and I was confident in what I was doing. So I was like, look, I told Mike, I want to go to like different restaurants, and I had to have connections at a few places where we can start it off, where we film the restaurants, fill some of the food, and we just have dinner there with my family, whoever it is, some homies, and we film it. And I'll do the freestyle in between, and then we'll figure out how to do it. We didn't really know what we were gonna do. He's like, damn, I kind of like that idea, kind of like spark something in him. He's like, all right, cool, let's start thinking of places, and let's do it. So the first one we shot was at Tropical Chinese. So I know Greg there, the owner. I had been going there for a long time. Actually, Mikey was the first one that put me on there. And we ended up, I hit up Greg, and he was like, you can do whatever you want. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, come. I'll set you up in the back, film whatever you want, do whatever you want. I don't care. You do whatever. I was like, all right, fucking cool. So we got there. That first one was like my family was there, and some of my closest friends, Mikey, who a lot of people that had been going to Tropical Chinese with, showed up, and that's how the first one started. I shot that one to a Kendrick, the Duckworth instrumental from the Damn album. That's the first one we did, and the second one we did was Ariette. That's where I did the Benny Butcher and J. Cole, Johnny P's Caddy song. I did it to that instrumental, and it took off from there. The first one we dropped was Ariette. That's the one like we're all in the suits and shit. That was just super dope. They have like a downstairs room. It's like a cellar. We did it down there. It was cool. Second one we dropped was Tropical Chinese, and then it just kept going from there. We did Garcia's, we did Versailles, we did We did Bebitos on the beach. We did Tinta de Cafe, Shadow Wagyu, which was the last one we did, and that was the 10th one. We've done 10. The other restaurants, I don't know, so many fucking whatever.
Shout out to them though. Thank you for letting him fucking do it.
Yeah. No,
Shout out to everybody who fucking
everywhere I did it was pretty much from love. Like nobody really gave me any problems. They were like, yeah, come do it here. Once I did a few of them and people started seeing it, everybody was like, okay, you can do it here. You know, at first it was like, what are you doing? Yeah, but then when they started seeing what it was, and it wasn't just some like bullshit like us in there being rowdy, it was like a classy thing. It was done super well. Mike,
it looks amazing. That's just the one you just showed us from Chugs.
Yeah. Oh, Chugs. That's right. We did Chugs
it's just
too.
the way it's the way it's framed, the way it's shot, the way the way the cuts are working. It's
exactly.
a professional outfit. It's
yeah. Chugs was actually the first one we did where
it's like the opposite of this fucking podcast. I'm gonna be honest.
This shit's legit. I don't know what you're talking about. Chugs is actually the first one we did with random people in the actual restaurant.
That's what I was gonna ask. I'm like, are you just mouthing words there? Or are you just spitting and people are eating their eggs?
Well, we have obviously the Bluetooth. we have the Bluetooth speaker going, and I'm kind of like, I'm just mouthing it. I'm saying it really low, you know. But that one literally, there's people right behind me that I didn't know, and they didn't know we were filming, which was like, fuck it, let's do this.
That's fat.
Yeah, yeah. Tropical Chinese was
you're mouthing the words the entire time.
Yeah, because you're gonna lay a track
on a little Bluetooth speaker.
Exactly. Yeah, I have a Bluetooth speaker playing the songs, and then I'm just mouthing it. I mean, you have to like say it too, you know, because mouthing is tough to like for the emotional part. You know, if it's just like you can't really show emotion unless you like say. So you have to do like really low. But I've gotten good at it, and I practice it enough where I can kind of do it. So some parts are mouthing, some parts are silent. But yeah, it's just that shit takes. You think it takes that 15, 20 minutes?
Absurd.
Yeah. Because imagine I'll do like three takes.
I'm thinking it's 5 hours.
No way. I'll do like three.
Literally.
I'll do like 3 or 4 takes, and the takes I'm quick. Again, I'm good with the lyrics. So I'm not really messing up a lot in the lyric side. Yeah.
Junior thinks it's 5 hours because we got 3 hours worth of footage at Family Fest and got 8 minutes worth of fucking usable video.
No,
it's not always like that. Some people are more efficient than we are.
Yeah, but it's easy. I mean, it's just me rapping really in different situations, and then they're getting B-roll of cooks and of us eating. And then they just put it together. But
so you got it as a filler.
Yeah,
whatever,
but I mean, imagine I put out 10 visuals.
Were you going for 10, or it just ended up being 10 and you stopped at 10?
It ended up being 10. No, I'm gonna end up doing more. 10 was the album was coming out. And I wanted the 10th one to be a song from the album. So I ended up doing Show and Tell, which was less of a break. It was a break bread. It was more of a music video because we have a little intro where I'm cooking, and then he throws me out at the end. And
I love that.
It's more acting in that one a little bit because it was a.
You were wearing the shirt.
I was wearing the shirt. I was wearing the hairnet. I was wearing the hairnet with all the hair that I have.
So it reminded me very much Scarface.
Yeah.
Not the rapper, but Tony Montana.
Tony Montana, yeah.
When
See in a sandwich, man.
I retire, you know, like that moment.
Exactly.
Like I felt like that's what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Que más carne ni más carne.
See in a sandwich.
Like that whole.
It was that. So yeah, that was just the 10th one, and I have a couple more that I have ready to go. I'm trying to get a Rio Crital. So that's the next one. I hope.
Heavy hitters.
Yeah, that's the next one. I hope. So we'll see. But yeah. After we dropped those, man, you have no idea. Everywhere I would go, somebody would mention that to me. They're like, "Yo, the break breads."
They're so fun. They're so well
and food.
done.
It just people love food, and it connects them.
Going back to the Action Bronson.
Exactly.
It is 100% an Action Bronson thing because you got the tribe with you. It's hip hop. It's culinary. Yeah. It's just breaking bread. Yeah. Literally, like that's the name of like the whole spiel and everything. Oh.
Yeah, shout out my boy Sko who
shout out everyone, bro.
Yeah, shout out Sko who came up with the name and kind of gave me the idea for it, and Jason Esco for the logo. He does all my artwork. Yeah, that shit's so intermittent fasting is at Bebitos. Where else did we do it? Chugs. Oh, we did Ave Maria. Yeah, this one we did one morning.
So many.
This is gonna be. I'm gonna fucking deep dive into this after we get out of here.
Yeah, yeah, they're cool, man. They're
just production and everything.
Yeah, and it's just clean. These guys, the guys, Zay and
I love the title cards. It looks like a fucking Tarantino flick.
That shit. Yeah, so like that's my cousin. That's Tish that I started the band with in the green hat. And had the kids and shit in there. I love it. It's just very honestly, it's simple to do.
It's incredible.
Yeah, and
Incredible.
it comes out really dope.
Zay Robs,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
I'm saying that right?
Yeah.
He just shot, like, because you were mentioning the suit from the first video or whatever.
Yeah.
But you just did another thing in a suit also with Zay Robs that you're like saying like, oh, we filmed this like in one day or whatever, one night.
Oh, is it the one in like the
You got-
tux?
yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you're like in a fitting room or in a walk-in closet, or I don't even know what the hell to describe it.
no, I'm in El Vecino.
Oh, that's where it was?
Yeah.
Just the angle of it and everything.
Exactly. The
was
angles
crazy.
from the top. Yeah.
It looked like it
He-
was like a giant walk-in closet.
Yeah.
At like
No,
a
he
mob's
he
house.
he put it. Yeah, he put it on like a stool, and he put the camera up there.
And that's the same Zay.
Zay, yeah.
Robs.
So Mike, a lot of the stuff I shot with Mike in the beginning, and then Zay, Mike would get tattoos with some guy in Delaware. I don't know why, some tattoo artist. He'd go up and Zay was working with that tattoo artist, and Mike brought him down here. Mike like jacked him from this dude and brought him as like his protege. Mike's been teaching him, and Zay shot this all by himself. The last few videos we've done, break breads was me and Zay.
Oh, so
Yeah.
crispy.
Yeah, he kills it. And the one in El Vecino wasn't a break bread. We didn't make it a break bread. It was just a song that we kind of did, and we shot that one late night. We got there like at 1 a.m. and didn't leave there till like 4 a.m. It was fucking nuts. I was exhausted. Like I see that video and I, like one of my eyes is like closing and shit. I swear I was exhausted, bro. But it's still that one. I love that one too. That's actually a Drake beat too. But that one's clean and I'm fucking in like suspenders, tucked out in the cigar bar. And my homegirl Danny Londoño came and was kind of like my muse for that one. That was really dope. And then for the album, we shot a bunch of videos. We went to Joshua Tree in California. We shot Jacuzzi Moon.
For recently,
yeah.
When you're doing it.
We shot Jacuzzi Moon out there. We shot
my guy going in on a French toast.
Yeah, fuck yeah, the god right there. We shot Jacuzzi Moon, Horoscopes Often Die. We shot over there, and we actually shot Whispers from a muse out there too, but we didn't really like the footage, so we reshot it down here, and we ended up reshooting it with Milu. So we shot that one in Homestead. But yeah, these guys love working, and they fucking have a good vibe with them.
It seems like it's the most natural thing, and the camaraderie is there.
Yeah, it's just us. And I tell people when we're eating, I'm like, look, pretend I'm not even here. So I'll be rapping to the camera, and they're just eating, talking shit. Like the one we did at Versailles was really cool. That was like with the whole band.
Excuse me, I'm a rapper.
There's 3 cities in the world where you can get away with that shit.
Yeah.
There's 3 cities in a row where you can get away with that shit. Pretend I'm not here. Fucking Miami, New York, LA.
Exactly.
Everyone else is gonna be. I can't eat.
Chugs,
my bagel is ruined.
Yeah, Chugs, we didn't tell anybody anything. They were just, if you see Chugs, you look at it again, and you'll see people in the background like, what the fuck are these people doing? Like it's funny. Oh, I did Louis. That's just a song.
That's just a song.
Yeah, it's just a song. That's a video.
Audio.
Is this this is the playlist right here?
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
There it is. Well, Blow ended a minute ago because we've been going through these videos.
We've been on
now.
YouTube for a solid half an hour.
Away, and part of the show is when the movie ends.
Okay.
We always ask the question here on the 3 list. So
shout out to Asian girls, let them like dim sum.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. You're a Drake fan, okay?
Mr. Bill.
It's not cool to be a Drake fan anymore, but I'm still gonna listen to fucking So Far Gone.
Okay.
You can kiss my ass.
Fuck yeah.
Have you heard Lord Knows? That shit goes so stupid. You can kiss.
I know. I can't believe those guys are beefing too.
I know.
Ross
man.
and him.
Yeah, I think.
Poor guys.
I feel like there's probably some shit back behind the scenes where Drake will, if he's had you or he's been on a feature of yours, that he kind of like you fucking. You're nothing without me.
For sure.
Look at fucking
Everybody-
McConan. Look at McConan. Where's McConan? He's
Everybody-
nothing without me.
McConan. Jesus Christ.
Nobody loves McConan, I guess.
No.
No more. But
I don't sell drugs anymore. It was not a good song.
Marito! Welcome to the Thriller.
Shit.
Since your movie Blow ended, we need to find out from you your top 5 favorite movies
Wow.
all time.
In no particular order. They don't have to be classics. They have to be your favorite movies.
Yep.
Welcome
Yep,
to
yep,
the
yep,
three
yep.
of those.
Welcome.
Me.
I've never heard of that one.
Shawshank Redemption.
Obviously.
Man on Fire.
Oh, nice.
Rapid fire, I guess, from this guy.
Sicario.
Which one? The first one?
First one.
Yep.
Blow, obviously. But without Blow, or two other ones?
No, we always say you really need a top four because we know what one of them are. One of your favorite movies are.
Unless that's just a wild card that you just wanted to watch. But yeah, typically it's included. So you got Uno Mas.
I mean, Dumb and Dumber is a classic.
We watched that recently.
Just watched that.
Yeah.
Last episode.
You know what I love? No, not 000. What's the one of the Bin Laden that they kill Bin Laden?
Zero Dark
30. Every time, for some reason, every time that shit's on, I want to watch it. I don't know why. I'm into that shit.
It's got a happy ending.
Yeah,
So,
it does.
I feel like it's Dumb and Dumber, and then that's your asterisk almost. So.
I have a lot though. I have a lot of.
That is two extremes right there.
And you were here like, oh, I don't know what it's gonna be. Man on Fire and Shawshank Redemption.
Nah, but it was like those are what came to my mind. Like right now, I can't even think of any other movies.
I love Man on Fire so much.
Me too.
That movie is fucking so good. I love Christopher Walken in that movie. Creasy's on his death, and he's about to paint his masterpiece.
Do Christopher Walken.
I don't
do a meme.
Everyone has a Christopher Walken. You're talking to my guy all wrong.
But yeah, I'm a movie guy. I like watching movies to fucking fall asleep. I can't fall asleep without something on the TV.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I actually fell asleep watching No Disrespect. You're my favorite stand-up comic. I was watching Neil Brennan, his latest Netflix thing.
Yeah.
I fell asleep in the middle of it last night. I was like, fuck. So
I haven't seen The Cat. I haven't seen The Cat.
I watched The Cat right before that.
How was it?
It was fine. I think we're all with Cat chasing the snake of Pimp Chronicles.
Yeah, right.
Because the first time I saw Pimp Chronicles, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah,
that was the funniest any human being has ever been ever.
Yeah.
But this one was fine. He's got some ones in it, but he really cranks up the voices. Like he's extra cocaine-y.
Yeah.
In this one, allegedly. No offense, Cat.
That's amazing.
But I mean, it's fucking brilliant. Yeah, he's good. Like when I was a little kid and I first got cable and I first got Comedy Central, I was heavy into stand-up comedy because I used to watch so much Comedy Central on.
Me too.
And then I kind of
Comic View I used to watch too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, Def Comedy Jam.
Yeah.
All that shit. Yeah. But I kind of fell off. I didn't really wasn't into it, and then now I'm like really like Neil Brennan, Dan Soder, Joe Coy, Cat. If anybody's out there doing it like consistently, there's a lot of guys out there doing it like just cranking out. John Mulaney, Mulvaney, whatever his name.
I like the Italian dude. What's his name? Maniscalco. He's funny though.
Shit, why can't I remember his name?
Sebastian
Maniscalco.
Yeah. There's
so many guys out there doing it now. It's at
a
stand-up's in a good place.
Fuck yeah! I used to go all the time to the Improv. Justin has been out there from the Grove. From the Grove. That's where I don't know if I met him there. I might have. I think I did meet him there.
All right, hang on. All right, so we're still watching your break breads here.
Oh yeah,
you told us about the tucked up episode.
Mikey.
Oh yeah.
What happened to your shirt?
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to be.
What happened to your shirt here? You look like the machine gun Carl Anderson coming down the aisle from New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Look at those pecs, though. They look good right there. But there's one part here where I'm sitting down and all my fucking little fats out. Watch this. You'll see this. Look at Mike right there. My brother to the right.
He's laughing about it.
He's laughing about. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I took off my shirt. Everybody was in the white shirts. I wanted to like be different. I don't know.
Being an artist means you can do whatever
right
the
here,
fuck
look.
you want.
And I left it tied. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking there. Look at that thing.
This is the end of the night. You're in the wine cellar. It's okay. We got a pretty good idea what's going on here.
This shit's hard though. I love this one. This was the first one we dropped.
That's funny. You didn't mention this part when you were describing it.
Yeah. I was hoping you wouldn't put it on, but here we are. Nah, I'm just kidding. I go fuck.
Who gives a fuck if you? Really
I had my shirt there too, and I'm like, you know what? Everybody's in a shirt. I want to be different than these idiots.
This shit's just making me hungry. Those steaks look good as hell.
Yeah, that was one of the best meals we've had.
That is a flesh fanny pack.
Yeah, I was
just chilling.
What a dick.
I'm surprised
you
YouTube
Joey
didn't just
in that pouch over there.
I'm surprised YouTube didn't just AI blur out your belly button because it's very explicit. It's extremely explicit.
Oh, fuck, man.
I say this as the fattest guy on a podcast. Yeah. Dude. There's nothing I can do here.
And look, but when you filmed this, I had 100 pounds on you too. So.
Yeah, but yeah,
Sancho Panza's making jokes over here.
the Break Breads were like an album before the album, honestly. That's what. And then I started. After these, I found the beat for Jacuzzi Moon randomly. I think I was writing a Break Bread on YouTube on an instrumental, and it went to a random song, which was a beat for Jacuzzi Moon, and that's how I found that. And I started going through that producer's songs. Ended up buying like 30 beats from him.
Damn.
And 9 of his beats are on the album. That's kind of how the album it's cohesive because of that guy.
This dude basically executive produced your record, and you had no idea.
Pretty much, and he has no. I mean, I talked to him on Instagram and this and that, but he's a kid from London, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, random that I found him, and it ended up,
That's crazy how there's so many. There's so
the
many
Whispers album.
Yeah,
The Kid from London
has nine songs on.
Diablo,
Yeah,
bro, that's nuts.
9 from him. Tish has 1.
And what a ear this kid has too, bro.
Yeah.
Because
That
I told
same
you
vibe.
Again, the production is out of this world.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I don't know how it all came together, man. It was just, I don't know, it happened that way. Like Jacuzzi, the first songs, Horoscopes is his, Jacuzzi's his, Whispers from a Muse is his, Cool Runnings is him, Why Are You Smiling, Goodbye for Now, Bottom Lip. I mean, just ICU, Efarito is all him. Yeah.
Okay.
He was a monster.
That's
yeah. And then there's other little songs here, but I mean, he's like the main culprit of the vibe of the album, at least, that's why it kind of sounds cohesive in a sense.
It's crazy how many like SoundCloud rappers can just go on YouTube and type in whatever
type beat, whatever
beat type beat.
Yeah.
Fucking Future type beat.
Yeah, that's how
500 kids just spitting their beats out there. Please buy my shit.
Yeah, and some kids have hit me up recently who I took a break from writing after the album because that shit took a lot out of me. It was like 2 years of nonstop working and like figuring it out. And
3 beats a day for 3 summers.
Yeah, it was like great. And then between the Break Breads and then some random freestyles and here and there. But the album, I knew I wanted it to be like some cohesive. I wanted it to be in order. I wanted it to be a story. So it kind of like, it is like each song means something, and it's song number 1 is number 1 for a reason, and song number 14 is number 14 for a reason, and 8 is for a reason. And like I have El Farito, and then the next song is Prime, which I have with Tishan for sure. It's kind of like thanking my parents, if you hear it. So like Farito's one, and then the next song I'm thanking them for what they did. My dad speaks about coming from Cuba and making a better life here, and the next song I'm saying, look, thank you I know you've sacrificed a lot, and the whole thing, if you hear it again. But yeah, it's just like, it was a beautiful thing. And again, I had a dry erase board in my house. That shit got erased, and it got written, the track list, and I removed songs, and I added songs late. Power Love Hour, I think, was the last song that I added to the album. Again, a random beat that I found on YouTube. I don't even know where the fuck it was. But I was just like creating the album, waiting for it to get mixed, and I would just, all right, let me get it. I would get inspired, and I want to add this and take this song off, and it was kind of that. I'm gonna add this number 4, and then no, I'm gonna move this down to 14. It was just crazy, and then finally when it, and I was telling him when I finally started to, when the album became final, and I was kind of like, all right, this is what it's gonna be. And I would listen to it in the car, back, front to back to front. I was just listening to it, and I was like, damn, I think this shit's kind of dope, like to myself, because you as an artist, you self-doubt. There's a lot of self-doubt. You guys probably know in podcasting, it's like,
oh damn, God, we hate every episode.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You can't believe the discussions we've had about.
Yeah.
It's mostly me. Johnny Positivity over here thinks everything is the fucking Mona Lisa, but I'm just like, this is crap. Why is this so long?
Yeah, but
and then I listen back to it. I'm like, oh, we're funny. It's fine.
Same with me. Like some songs, I have a song on the album Rocky Loves Emily, which is like 9 minutes long. And I was like, should I put this on there?
Three ninjas
playing, are people even gonna listen to this? Like nowadays, people don't listen to that shit. I mean, I do, but I feel like the majority doesn't.
Shout out to Chuchi. Shout out to Shayla. Because that's her favorite song from the album.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Rocky Loves Emily is Shayla's favorite song.
It is. She told me.
Shout out to Chuchi.
I saw her. I saw Chuchi on Friday.
She got me tickets to the Nats.
Yeah?
To the Nats Martins game
that I went to.
Wow, how'd you get you Marlins tickets? Were there any available?
Well, there were a couple left. There were a couple left, so she was able to get me.
Wow, she snagged them for you. Wow.
Love you.
And I went with King Tetris.
The man. Yes, I got a FaceTime that night.
Yep.
He's I met him actually through music too. He hit me up. He put out an album recently too.
We'll probably
Peace and Blessings.
We'll
Oh,
probably,
shit.
peace and blessings.
Peace and
Shout
blessings.
Blessings.
Fire. Love that record.
Yeah,
Shout out.
Me
And
too.
we gotta do like a Columbus mixtape.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
do.
I told him.
Yeah.
I had mentioned at the game, I was like, we gotta get Marty on this shit. We gotta get everybody that's been on like some Columbus, but on that other tip.
I'm
like,
fucking down.
And then we put together a mixtape. Show them what we really about, Mr. Bill.
Yeah,
You should
done.
executive produce a Columbus mixtape with for sure. Fuck
Shay
yeah.
Lash, baby.
And then we
Shay
do the whole.
Lash.
Then we bring everybody in and do a performance here at the stew.
Oh my god!
Oof, like that.
Yeah,
Like
and
the
that's-
basement meets tiny
desk.
Yo,
Tiny basement.
Get a mic from the ceiling, which is all that matters.
Which is what?
Oh, it's
you
guys
did-
lighting lighters in the background. Hilarious.
I forgot what episode it was.
Yo, turn me up significantly.
People love that. People love
It's
the
so
hanging
funny,
mic.
man. It's so
They
fucking
love.
dope.
They're hanging everywhere.
Yeah, you
Middle of the street hanging mic. You're like, damn, this shit's fucking dope.
gives your hands something to do.
Yeah.
That's the new shtick for all your next videos too.
Yeah.
You just walk up to a place and then out of nowhere,
There's a mic
drops.
There's a mic on a street sign and
getting
wind
lowered. Damn. So you released the album the 29th,
February 29th. Yeah.
and your last break bread was when?
My last break bread was probably like a month before that.
Okay.
Yeah, I released Show and Tell, which
Including show and tell.
yeah,
from the album.
from the album. That was like the precursor to the album. Like I dropped this, all right, album's coming out February 29th, and we were mixing the album till February. I think we turned it in February 22nd, 23rd. We were fucking late nights. That last week was crazy.
Were you filming Break Breads simultaneously at the same time that you're writing and
The album?
producing the album?
Yeah.
Damn. From
Yeah.
the get?
No. I started
Like 2020?
yeah,
right?
I found the beat for Jacuzzi Moon, which is like jump started the album September 4th.
Sorry, we're drinking over here.
Yeah, this guy's sipping.
Do a little
No,
drink-
every time
do a
it's
little
like a
drinking.
running joke that I'll crack open. And I'm just like, we're drinking over here.
Yeah, we're drinking.
We're drinking.
We
podcast.
do a
drinking.
little drinking down here.
What do you say? We drink us about 1,000 beers and see what this podcast turns into.
Yep. Yep.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Oh hell
that's
yeah.
his guy. That's his guy. Hold on.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh,
How you
goddamn,
feel
boy.
about that? How you feel about that?
I'm doing my best here, Vince McMahon. I'm wearing the suit, trying not to curse,
Damn, let me see.
cutting back on the Steve Weisers.
we gotta get some Steve Weisers back in here.
Those fucking things are so hard to find, dude. It's a pain in my. I had to go 2 different ABC liquors to find it on WrestleMania weekend, but I found them.
They probably
fuck's a
sell
Steve
them
Weiser?
full time at the Buc-ee's gas station.
Stone Cold has his own beer, the
Oh, yeah?
Broken Skull IPAs and Broken Skull American Lagers,
That's
and
amazing.
they sell them in 4-packs of Tall Boys, and they're like $14 a pop,
Yeah,
and they are impossible to find, especially around big wrestling moments. So
but as a beer snob over here, they're very solid.
yeah,
They're
I don't like
very
IPAs. I
solid.
like that IPA a
They're
lot.
very
Yeah,
solid.
it's very good.
Yeah.
What are you looking for over there?
I'm looking for the dates where I started. Well, I was saying I
Damn, like that timestamp like that.
because I'm horrible with dates, obviously, because I fucked up earlier. Yeah, the first Break Bread release was a year ago.
Oh, that's it.
Damn,
That doesn't feel right.
that doesn't feel right either. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
May 7th of 23. Yeah, maybe I had it written before, but I started writing the album September 4th is when I found the Jacuzzi Moon beat. I have videos of me like September 5th.
Which is like Labor Day, right? September
Yeah,
4th.
Labor Day. Actually, my dad's birthday, September 5th. But I have me like in my house, like figuring out fucking flows and harmonies and this and that. September 5th. That's when I kind of start. When I wrote that song, I'm like, oh shit, this is a start of something. And then I found beats from that same guy. I just started writing, and then it became what it was.
The trajectory that I would have to say that I've seen in your career and this journey has been, you were a rapper. I don't know, probably Dream Team.
Mm-hmm.
Then you were an MC.
Yep.
And now you're like an artist.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, right?
Yeah,
Like, you
I
feel
like
that
that
too?
Yeah, for sure.
Again, I'm not in your entourage, like the tribe that we talk about
Mhm.
and everything, in respect to the fam and everything. But I've always been someone that's always kept an eye on the journey. And,
Yeah, you have.
and an ear. And bro, I feel like that's what it's been, and it's been such a beautiful evolution to see, and low key feel like I'm a part of, because I've enjoyed all
Especially
the
now,
art that
yeah.
you put out and shit.
Yeah.
And now it's been like an incredible culmination.
Yeah.
This album is
Thank you.
insane.
Yeah, it's
15 tracks of just pure magic.
yeah.
Legit.
I
And then
appreciate it.
you pulled up today to the stew, as hospitable as it can get with these gifts.
Oh, yeah.
Again, we're mentioning the old school way of having a new album, getting a vinyl, etc. This is a freaking album book.
Album book, yeah.
A company,
Yeah.
right? Like
a coffee table book of the album of the every lyric to each song. And it's something that I wanted to do. I wasn't gonna do it at first. I had the idea. I actually sent one song to each of my friends that are artists. I have a few friends that paint. And I was like, look, I want you to listen to the song and draw something, whatever you think. And it's tough to get people to do shit nowadays. It's just, and I asked a couple times, and I don't like asking people for shit, really. So I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm not gonna do it. It's a mission. And then after I thought about it, the album was coming out. It was already done, and it was in the mixing process, mixing and mastering. And I was had like some free time, and I'm like, you know what, fuck it. Let's see if I can actually pull this off. So I did it all on Word. I did it myself. I printed. I have a friend of the family who owns a printing company, and he was able to print me. He's like, look, send me this. You can do this for me. He's like, yeah, send it to me. He printed it out for me, and the first one was kind of shitty, honestly. If I show you the first book that I did, it was fucking horrible. It was like me on Word with like Times New Roman font and like these pictures, these random pictures of like, yeah, it was weird. So I sent it to my boy Esco, and I'm like, what do you think of this? He's like, look, if you're gonna do this, let's do it right. So he sends me like the first page of what he would do, and I'm like, fucking kidding me? It's like art, like real art, like a beautiful font. I'm like, are you fucking? But again, I have to work with him. You know, it's not something I can do myself, or I can put it out quick. So it took a little bit, but I sent him a bunch of pictures. I ended up not doing the picture things that I sent people, because like 3 people sent me pictures. And when I thought about it, it was going to be a bunch of random pictures. Like you draw something random, and then you draw something random, and the book's not going to be cohesive. So I ended up just putting pictures of like my family growing up and making the album, and then like mostly pictures from me creating the album. Us in Joshua Tree, me at the studio with Dulce. You saw that picture. Me performing with the band, stuff like that. So it just ended up being a cohesive book, and it's something that I wanted to do, and it came out better than I expected, honestly.
it came out super fire.
Yeah.
And super grateful for it. The fact that you
you're welcome. Of course.
a copy for each of us here.
Fuck
bro.
yeah.
Like,
We don't get a lot of gifts here. We get drinks. People bring us drinks.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought about that too, but I honestly I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen here. So
well, the gift is showing up. Anybody who's willing to tolerate our nonsense for as long as these things take is
that's literally what it is.
And I knew forever in our and I knew obviously Junior, I knew he wanted, and he was a lyric guy. Again, I told you he sent me a review of the album and multiple paragraphs for each song. It was
real time.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was a beautiful review, and I told him like, I told him I was gonna write something back to him, but I couldn't even. It was just like too beautiful a review, and it's too heartfelt, you know. But I knew he would enjoy this book. And now talking to you and meeting you, talking to you about music for 3 hours, and now I know you're gonna enjoy this probably more than most people.
I can't wait to sit with the record on the way home.
Yeah,
I can't. I got to be honest. I only listened to the one you played on air here. Was the Muse one?
Power Love Hour.
Power Love Hour, and then Muse.
Whispers from a Muse.
Oh, yeah.
Right, those are the only 2 I sat with.
I remember you guys posted something about Power Love Hour. You're like, that's the name of the song. You're like, wow. You said some shit. You're like, that's amazing, or some shit.
Yeah, that's the shit.
Yeah.
You heard my musical taste, so obviously I was all about Power Love Hour. Holy crap.
Yeah. So enjoy the album. It's cool. It's like the start of the album is me learning to be an artist, figuring out the song. The first song, Horoscopes, Lost and Die, is like me trying to figure out, you know, making something from fucking nothing, really, you know. As an artist, we're there. We don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to think, what I'm going to say in a song, and I hear a beat, and it kind of takes me somewhere, and it takes me on that journey. And the whole album is, again, song number 1 is number 1 for a reason. Number 7 is number 7 for a reason, and on and forward, you know. It's a beautiful thing. And as I was making it, I didn't think much. I'm just making art, you know. And when I put it out, man, that those next 2 weeks, I was like emotional. I would just be driving, and just like from people sending me text messages and the response I was getting from the album, I would just get emotional and just start crying, like for no reason. It was just like, fuck, I did that, you know. And again, as I was making the album, I was like, I think people are gonna relate to this, but you never know. You just like, I'll put it out and see what happens. And the response I got was crazy, and people are still listening to it. And I have, like, we have apps as artists on Spotify. You can go and see how many listens and stuff, and it actually tells you how many people are listening at any certain time. And I remember, like, when the album dropped, I'd go to it and it'd be like, for me, 35 people listening to the album, like 35 people at the same time listening to this shit. It was like, what the fuck? Like, people are like really, they're liking it, you know? And like now random people that never really reached out before. I knew that I did music, but they're reaching out now. I'm like, hey, this is a great album, you know? It's like, oh, thank you. I don't even know what the fuck to say. I gotta follow it up with something else. That's like, fuck.
Now do it again.
Yeah, it's like, fuck. Now I understand, you know?
Yeah.
So what is next then?
Again, I took a little break from writing and this and that. I have a bunch of stuff that I had written before that I still want to do. I want to do some break breads that I have already written and ready to go. But I wanted to take a little break. I was working on the book. I was working on vinyls. The vinyls are I should have them by tomorrow or the next day.
Wow.
So I have some vinyls ready to go to sell at shows and stuff like that. And I want to start performing. I want to have like a.
And is the book in the vinyls?
No, the book's separate from the vinyls.
But I mean, do you have anything in the vinyls as far as
no,
part
the
of the
vinyl
appeal of breaking the vinyl out is just
the vinyl's just a okay. Again, it's two vinyls back and front because the album's so long.
Okay.
So I had to do back in front of the vinyl. So it's just pretty much a sleeve with the album cover, the thing in the back, and I couldn't do it. It was fucking those things.
I'm sure it's pricey.
Yeah, they're like almost like $17-18 a vinyl.
Yeah.
What's the count that you did? 100 or more?
I did like 200, I think.
Because that's always like an issue too. Like
for sure, yeah, they don't do.
Exactly.
Yeah, the less you do, the more expensive they are. Yeah, you have to.
You're gonna pay $50 for 50. Like
exactly.
50 each.
Yeah.
For 50.
Yeah. Like, my brother was actually gonna do it as like a present. He wanted to like gift that to me. Before I didn't even know.
Then he saw the invoice.
Yeah, no, he I think he got quoted. He was gonna
see the way my bank account.
Yeah. I love you, but
he was gonna do like 10, and they were like $70 each to do like 10.
Yeah,
it's like not even worth it. And then I told him randomly like, oh, I'm gonna make some vinyls. Like, oh shit, I do it. Ended up coming out like $17 each, okay. But it's fine. I mean, you can sell those for a good.
Yeah, hopefully you recoup, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna give out a lot too because
they're gonna sell.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, people like vinyl.
People like vinyl.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
Yeah, you go to shows and they're selling merch and they're selling vinyls.
It's crazy to me how like I'll walk into like Best Buy or not Best Buy, but like Walmart and Target are getting rid of their fucking hard media areas, but there's still an entire section of vinyl and more vinyl than CDs.
Yeah,
why? Because why? People like collecting vinyl.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's fine. Hopefully it works. But yeah, I'm still working on music, writing for some other people. I'm helping Milu. She's a DJ. She's gonna become a big ass DJ, but I'm helping her write some of her songs, and some other DJs actually hit me up that are friends with her.
She produces and DJs, or
she mostly DJs.
Because I was gonna say, if she produces her own songs with her own voices,
yeah, she does though. She produced her last song that I'm helping her write. She produced it herself. So she's a DJ. She wants to do like these hybrid shows. So she wants to be, while she's DJing, also performing. I don't know how it's gonna work, but she wants to like get into that space. So I'm helping her with that.
We could probably talk on some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she's like done songs with like Jamie Jones. I'm not huge into that world, but she's performing at Ibiza this summer. She's going to Europe for 2 months. Yeah, she's like blowing up. She has a manager now from LA. So I'm helping her with some music. I'm helping these other guys that are releasing a song and just helping other people write. And then I'm going to start writing again. I already started writing this weekend again, like just to get back into it and keep the pen sharp, I guess.
And you had done the mixtapes as a group, albums considered as a group too.
Yeah.
And now first solo album.
Yeah.
So moving forward, it's another album coming up soon.
Probably a solo project. Yeah.
Another solo project.
Yeah, something.
Going on.
I mean, I'm gonna let this ride for a little bit though. I mean,
yeah.
This is a lot. This is fucking an hour, and
I could imagine.
Yeah.
I could imagine that not only did you just do this in the last couple of years, but this was your entire life spilling out in these last couple of years.
Exactly.
So it's way more than
Yeah,
the last
yeah,
couple
yeah.
of years that you put into work.
The
Exactly.
second record is always hard because the first record, you've been writing this record your entire life.
Exactly.
You've never been hungrier in your entire life.
Yeah.
You're eating mayonnaise sandwiches, you're fucking grinding.
Yes.
And the first record hits, and you get a little taste of it. And now what's the experience?
Yeah.
What's the second record about?
Yeah.
So, but I wish you. That's a good problem to have, though. I wish you good luck with the first
thank you.
record.
I appreciate it.
There's so much success that you forget who you are a little bit.
I hope so. I hope it takes me to. I mean, I do insurance. Imagine I'm an insurance agent.
Rap about insurance,
which I've been doing since I was 16. It's like a family business. So I just got into that.
Marty from State Farm.
And I'm trying to tell this woman that you don't have flood.
Yeah. Damn.
And the car is upside down after Hurricane Mud.
Damn bars.
Bars.
Yeah. Well, if you need, yeah, exactly. Microphone hanging from the cubicle.
Listen, we all have a past.
So hopefully I can do that less and do music more. You know, I do music all the time, and that's my five. I say it's my 5 to 9.
Hey,
right?
Because and I mean, at work I'm thinking about it.
If you're chasing it, that's what it is
For sure.
It's the 5 to 9.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it's not staying home when everybody's out doing some bullshit.
This is literally our 5 to 9 because I don't know if you noticed, but this shit goes all night long.
Yeah.
Just keep running these things back.
I see that.
It reminds me of Jason Jackson right now. It is time. Because this is the full culmination here of everything that we've done in
love it.
This episode here.
You know what really tickled my fucking my butt here, buddy?
Say something.
The idea about fucking Live from the Stew and all of our musical friends who we've had on the show. And not necessarily Live from the Stew, but the mixtape would be called Live from the Stew,
or like the Stew sessions.
Yeah, and there's there's a Tetris track, and there's a Marty track, and there's a
Silva
track, and there's a Silva track.
I'm in. You guys let me know.
And I think we cut all the artists out of it, and we keep all the money.
Take it, brother. Brother.
What's 10% of nothing?
It's not gonna be much, brother. It's not good. You could have it.
We're
right?
gonna take the money to fund the artist.
I just think we need to expand our little thing here, Junior. I think we need to really stretch ourselves thin. I think the podcast is enough. I think we should start doing 55 other things, personally.
Love that. Smart.
T-shirts, obviously, merch. Clearly, vinyl is where it's at.
I gotta start doing some merch too. I gotta get on Esco's ass.
Your vinyl rates.
Yeah,
we'll have.
I'll give you guys a good price.
We might have to have the same episode broken down on side A and B.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do that shit
again. We wanted to come into this season,
right? Yeah. Yes. So we tell every guest so far in season 3. We've told them all the same story. We're kind of notorious with our fan base of these fucking things end up being 4 hours long. It takes people an entire week to get through. I'm like, I'm listening at work and I'm coming in and I'm coming out, and it takes me like a week to get through it. And then by the time you get through it, our next one's out. You're good to go. And so we promised ourselves for season 3, we're like, all right, we're gonna watch the movie, we're gonna do the top 5, we're gonna fucking get to anything we really wanted to get to, and then we're gonna wrap it up. And we have failed spectacularly in keeping our shit under 2.5 hours.
Yep.
And we've actually made some of the longest episodes ever. We got to be about at 3.5 hours. Right
We're
now,
at Austin 316 right now.
Oh, hell yeah, brother.
So just for one more time there. Just because of the damn time, you know.
My God.
Yo, when you were watching that shit and that glass broke.
Oh, come on.
Fucking mayhem.
Yeah.
I'd punch my little brother in the face.
Yeah.
My mom, get out of here. My dad slam beers and fucking let's go.
Little brothers all over the country are getting their faces punched at any time the glass broke.
That guy was getting body slammed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Javi. Shout out to Javi, the god.
Stutter.
My brother got stunned a few times in his heyday.
My brother ate so many razor's edges, so many. It was the only one I felt safe doing. I'm like, if we do this in the pool, you'll live. Anything else is up for grabs.
That's amazing.
So yeah, we're gonna land this plane.
Love it,
because if not,
fuck out of here.
We'll start telling stories on some other shit. But brother, episode 49 of the
Thank
Three
you, guys.
Lists, your episode 49, the Prince King of Rhyme here in the stew. 1 to the 2. How did you feel being on here?
Amazing.
not too much podcasting on your side, but
No, at all. But this is
your tremendo personaje behind the mic.
conversations with friends, brother. There's nothing easier. This is like, it's felt like a break bread. It's like going to a restaurant, eating with your boys and filming and talking shit. It's like, it's not hard to do when you're just speaking your heart and speaking your mind, and there's nothing rehearsed here.
That's why it ends up being 4 hours.
For sure.
You're just shooting the shit.
For sure.
It's not anything.
Yeah, it's amazing. But congratulations to you guys.
As part of our new money making scheme, where the first 2 hours are going to be free, and then the next 2.5 hours are always going to be Patreon. No more free shit. No more free rides for you people.
Yeah. Button does that shit.
Oh, it pisses me
off. Or the paywall, and the paywall. Fuck.
This episode's 3.5 hours long.
It's all right. Twitter has them. Twitter's been posting shit like 10-minute clips and 20-minute clips where you can get them.
Yes is expensive.
But congrats, bro. 49 episodes. That's not easy for anything. To do something 49 times and to put it out there. Yo, that's a salute to you guys. Really, that's fucking.
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
It's not only the 49 episodes, because I don't want to toot my own horn, but it's the 49 episodes of multiple hours of each episode, because that's the different part.
Yeah,
you have podcasts that have done 100 episodes, but they're 22-minute episodes each one, 27 minutes. We went long.
People 35. Have self-control and producers. We don't operate that way. We're just gonna let the conversation go where it is. You don't end. You're sitting out on the porch pounding beers. You don't just cut it off.
Exactly.
You just keep going until everyone's got to do the. Well, everyone knows. Everyone knows.
Yeah.
You don't take half a sip and go.
No.
Oh.
No.
It's time. Get up and out of nowhere. But no, brother. Thank you, and
thank you guys.
Thank
really
you for your words. Honestly.
Fuck yeah.
And
congrats. Really.
Thank you for your art once again.
Thank you. Thank you for listening.
I can't wait to see what's next. Can't wait to hear what's next.
No pressure.
I
didn't know about pressure.
Sophomore album, okay?
I know.
Sophomore album's always the one that sucks. I'm telling you.
That's the one.
Thanks.
That's the one.
Appreciate it.
But brother, love you for free.
No, I'm sure yours will be fine.
Whatever. Who cares? My first one was good. I don't give a fuck about anything else. All right.
That's how I feel about these fucking things.
Yeah.
I throw them out into the universe. And you didn't like it? I don't care. There'll be another one in 2 weeks.
Be
all right.
On to the next one. Brother, thank you so much.
Love you guys, man. Congrats.
Brother, congrats to you.
Congrats to you.
Thank you.
Whispers from a Muse out everywhere.
Yeah.
Listen to it, tune into it, catch a vibe to it.
Please.
And catch a vibe here, episode 49 with Mario Obregon. Marty! Thank you.
Love
brother.
you guys.
Thank you. Whispers from a Muse out everywhere. Make sure you catch them. And this is the Three List. We out!
I am very real. I'm the realest person you're ever gonna meet.